need some love like I never needed love before.
Can I sleep with my Pokemon?
Cancer, because fuck cancer, and we want to fuck cancer.
I like her.
You did create them.
I did create. It looks dinky, but it makes more sense than it dangling around and getting yanked off, because then you're fucked.
It's a wrap. Just
We're
a demo.
done.
All right,
Let's get out of here.
Thank you, everybody. It's a wrap.
That one's dead. I feel his presence there. Infinite knife! I have a gun!
Yeah.
Fuck you!
Hello!
For Thursday the 9th of March, starring Peter Burns, who is in the market for a new laptop because he dropped his about an hour ago and it is not okay. And Gus Ronald, who decided to make a last-minute graphic for a crappy segment that's upcoming, but I said he had to do it under 3 minutes or else it wouldn't be actually crappy. And we'll get to see that later in the show and you can judge for yourself. Special guest Ruby Innes, who describes herself as loud and off-putting at the top of a professional resume. Yes. Josh Swift. He is Swift. He's sexy and he's looking at you right now and you love it. All right.
You got away without looking back.
I'm me, Stephanie Bendixson. Tonight on the show, I'm going to talk about Lightfall and everyone else is going to talk about some other stuff that we don't care about. We're going to have an art attack and the aforementioned crappy thing. I'm psyched to be here. Happy to be here. Gonna be a great show.
Can we start with what the hell that sound was? That was an inhale?
No, out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Interesting.
I love making noises. Like
But some of the
just-
scariest ones are on the inhale versus
Yeah.
the exhale.
You've got like ah, but then you also go ah.
There it is.
How are we for audio, Josh?
Yeah.
We good?
Does that sound okay?
pretty good.
We're okay.
We good for
She's
Pretty hardcore
expressing
compressors
herself.
on, so we should be okay.
Yeah.
I love it. I love making sounds. I love I saw Aurora the other night, Aurora in concert, and she had a whole little speech. She always has weird speeches because she's a strange Norwegian fairy.
Yeah.
So she was like, she started the show by going, today I was wearing a yellow shirt and it reminded me of when I was a child and I also wore a yellow shirt and I was in my father's car and I just eaten these small yellow Norwegian candies and I vomited on myself. And so when I wore that yellow shirt today, it was a nice memory of that moment. And this next song I wrote when I had it in a dream. And that's a little bit like a vomit because it comes out of you and it's a surprise. And I was like...
Is there just an awkward cough in the audience?
No, everyone's just like, yes! Be more weird!
Every time I see a clip of her, like in the back of my mind, it's just like baby Bjork, baby Bjork.
Yeah.
Isn't she?
Totally.
She's the new Bjork.
Yeah.
She's just she's just she's so amazing.
It's just like, it's that she's so genuine.
Yeah.
Because she's not doing a bit. She's not doing a Bjork bit. She's like, when she has an aside about how she thinks about how nice apples might be today.
Or I saw
It's
a
like-
clip of her going onto stage for the concert. So it's like her and the backstage crew rushing around the side, and they're all like, "Hurry up, move," and she just goes beep boop beep boop.
Oh, yeah.
Just like runs onto
Yeah.
stage making beeping noises.
She did like a version for Triple J, and in the interview afterwards, they were like, "So what do you like doing in your spare time?" She's like, I like to masturbate." And
No,
they were
she
like,
called them. She went, "I like to draw, I like to sing, I like to watch TV and masturbate." And then the interview is just a typical Triple J. I was like, "Yeah, what?"
But she's a big proponent of just making sounds, which I think is great because I think
That's half of masturbating.
There's a lot of
As is our very own Ruby.
yeah.
That's good. That was a gull.
that's a good
That was a
gull.
gull.
That's your basic
Yeah,
raven.
that's my basic goal.
That was a raven. Crow's pretty gully.
Which
to
one
me.
do we-
I usually do like seagull for that, but then there's I don't know if it's a crow or a magpie that when they go ah.
That's my raptor.
Oh, that's a crow. Yeah.
There we go.
Whereas seagull, they did that one where they did the down, the little head thing.
And then magpies.
the
Magpie's
people on
beautiful.
TikTok
Yeah.
who can actually
Oh, that was perfect.
portal or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
What about
Amazing.
fucking coal birds?
So these apparently are they're mainly a New South Wales bird, and they only come out in spring.
Kill
Also a
them
good
all.
masturbation sound.
Kill them all.
And then there's also Lois Griffin who goes Peter.
Holy shit!
That was very good.
Don't even do it again.
What
It's
else?
that
What else does she do? I have written down here also.
What else does she do?
What? Is this? Is this the Griffin?
Yeah, you go, Peter, the horse is here. Like,
Written
that's
some
the only
things down in
liner.
the script that are now gone.
Oh,
Did you delete them?
No. You just haven't updated the script.
All right.
What do you need to know?
I thought you
What do you need
deleted
to
bits
know?
that you didn't
I
approve.
wrote down the word. I
wrote
remember I
flappy
wrote down
butt,
flappy
and you
butt. I
wrote
wrote down flappy butt.
Febber
Flappy
Cube.
butt, yeah.
That we started to talk about and
that's
said,
right,
save
okay.
this.
Yeah.
This could be content.
Well,
You take this one now.
wait, so you want...
Well, no, because you just earlier we were like, we've got a fun game to play later on, and you were like, oh, is it Flappy Butt? And we were like, what the fuck is Flappy Butt?
Flappy
and
Butt.
how did we not find that to play?
We had like a rude, weird, strange segment.
How do
like
you?
this would be perfect for
you
Ruby.
trump us every time.
Well, I found, so like we'll go through like the Steam new releases to figure out, you know, what's coming out in the next week.
Sure.
Is part of what we do for our podcast, the Kotaku Australia podcast. And
There's your plug. Plug moment.
You
Wait,
missed
bring it back.
Yeah.
The Kotaku Australia podcast comes out at midday every Friday, where we talk about what we've been playing this week and what you could be playing next week. Anyway, so and so I was looking for things and I found one game called Flappy Butt, and I'm like, that haha butts so funny. And then I click on it and it's literally just like a Flappy Bird clone, but you're a butt looking for toilet paper. Like you're collecting toilet paper, and obviously there's pipes because toilet. And that on its own is like so, you know, so immature, so silly.
It's like a Newgrounds game or something.
But then I decided to write an article that is currently in the what's it called, the vaults? Yeah. Currently
as in unpublished.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's in the vault, and it will only leave the vault when I decide to leave the company.
Okay, yeah, cool. Okay.
And it's
How
called,
many Ruby
many
articles
vault-
are in the
vault
vault?
articles?
Majority of the vault.
I think the last one I remember sending to the vault is, why don't more games have people using the toilet?
Can I ask, because like none of us have ever worked in games journalism, even though we've been called games journalists before, very incorrectly. You've got like your CMS or whatever, and you're talking about a vault of things that like
CMS.
you might publish.
Stop acronyming. I don't know them.
I don't even know what it stands
You nodded. This is the problem.
content management
for.
system.
I know CMS.
What's it mean?
It's a content management system.
They're always boring. Acronyms are never exciting. We need to tell you what they are. Go on.
I think anyway. Yeah, that's what everyone's saying there. So we know that like places like the Daily Mail, they've already written their articles about Queen Elizabeth dying a decade before she dies. What is in a games journalist vault that's like gonna happen? It's like Kojima does something dumb.
Right.
I have that exact thing.
Yeah.
Like the Queen thing, but for all of you guys.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
do you know
what
the
my thing
saddest
is.
part? It's actually the Flappy Butt article,
Yeah.
just like rereading with a different
Yeah.
headline.
There's some funny little pictures in there, I'll tell you that. Funny little pictures. But it's literally just like
Of
how
our
to be a
deaths.
gamer. How to be a gamer, and like it's just like 1, download Steam, 2, download Flappy Butt, 3, play Flappy Butt,
Yeah.
4, congratulations, you are a
played
gamer
Flappy
now.
I love
Nice.
And I was like, should I post it? And then David's like, not yet. Not yet.
This is
And-
too good for the public. at the moment.
Yeah, leave it. And I'm like, all right,
time will
only
come.
publish it when I leave.
Amazing. What have you been up to?
Me?
We broke him.
Hold.
I'm a bit broken after that. I can't stop thinking about a Flappy Butt.
Yeah. It's
no,
a strong
just
visual image.
nothing that compares to the creative, interesting stuff that Ruby has to say,
I do
unfortunately.
fuck all.
Fair.
Yeah, but by comparison, my week has not been that interesting.
You were busy. You cut some things that are going to get pushed out over the next couple of days, but
It's just
boring.
day-to-day
That's
shit,
work.
really.
work.
I chatted to some builders next door today.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I instantly, I took these off and I put on my my Blundstones
some
when I went over there.
Because Gus has an outfit for everything.
I have an outfit and a
Yeah, you
voice
gotta look the
and
part.
a soundtrack for talking to tradies. So I walked around the corner because I needed to talk to them and kind of did that like, didn't know they'd be there, but knew they'd be there. So I came around the corner and was like, G'day, gents. How you doing? And it was just like
Nice, it's a bit cooler than the last couple of days.
You do that too.
swirling a rosé.
I wouldn't think that you would need to, but you do it. And it's the word gents. You don't call anyone else gents, but when you're speaking to like someone that you feel like would respond better to a blokey attitude, you call them gents.
do that.
You gotta work.
So then
How's it going,
gotta
gents?
work the angle.
yeah.
Wonder if I should try it.
You should.
Well, so then I
How's it
had
going,
a
gents? Oh, I can do that next time I'm in COD. Sorry.
You said, but you
G'day,
say
gents.
no. You're saying it wrong. You're saying it wrong.
Well, how
You
do
gotta
I say it?
gents, but you're saying it like Barjo says gents.
yeah, okay.
Hey, go gents. Gents, can you get me a cup of tea, please, gents?
I'm pretty too much S on it. How do I say it?
Just gents. I don't know.
Well, you
How's
can
it going,
Hey,
gents?
boys.
I can't. Hello, fellas.
How you doing? Laying some bricks.
Let me make some bird sounds for you.
I'm on my way to go chimney sweep. You know.
Well, so no,
Photos. I like that too. That's good as well.
and I had a good chat with them. Discussed some labor-based chats. Fuck, I don't know. And then at the end of it,
What was
Tell me about the
content of those
labour-based chat.
labour-based
no,
chats?
there's like a wall that needs to be built, and I'm in an apartment
yeah?
building, and it needs to be. They gave me suggestions. I went, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that makes sense. No, that's good.
Do you think
and
there's
you wouldn't want
how much
you wouldn't
blue
want
metal are they
foundation
putting
there
in
to
their
drop through.
cement for the?
The what?
How much blue metal are they putting in their
you
cement?
often wonder what conversations they have after you've left?
Not really. I can't imagine it's anything interesting. I think they just go back to
I think
hammering
they look
things.
at your shoes that are, and then have
they're
just
like,
been like,
they've never seen a-
he put those on just to talk to us.
They look
So-
clean.
And then as I went to leave, we'd been talking about the owner, and the owner, it's a very lovely big house. And they were like, you should make friends with the owner. It's going to be such a lovely house. I was like, I should, shouldn't I? Anyway, this has been great. Thanks so much. I'll go around and talk to the owner, and I'll buy a pretty nice bottle of wine. And they were like, no, we like beer. I was like, I meant for the owner. And they're like, no, we like beer. And I was like, this conversation has run its course. They haven't understand the nuance of my buttering up joke. And so I just kind of took my leave, which I shouldn't have said to them. I take my leave. I think you were due.
Well, gents, I take my leave.
Gents, these workman shoes are a little sore. I'm going to take my leave. That's
about
my
you?
life.
What have I been doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't ask you because I live with you, but then also you never tell me anything. So
What do you mean?
We have that
just
line
don't.
verbatim in like maybe 8 other episodes. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying it's like, it worries me how much you say that and then go like,
It's more that
There's just like important stuff that sometimes I feel like, because you're like, of course, this has happened. And I'm like, no. And you're like, yeah. Didn't I tell you that? And you're like, oh, well, it's a thing. Well, it's a conversation for later.
yeah.
but that's like the two things.
The
Peter's
hemorrhoids are back.
Pete's either charged ahead or you didn't hear. So it's like either way, one of you is going to be a bit grumpy about it.
I think he's just like, this isn't relevant, or he doesn't want to talk about like life stuff.
Cummy
at this
Kong's
time, which is
here.
fair.
Hey, Cummy Kong. Good to see you. Good to see you, Cummy Kong.
I can't believe they got knocked out of that Donkey Kong 64
Yeah,
roster.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
in the rap and they got taken out of the rap.
Cummy Kong.
He's
Hi.
the last Kong.
Well, I was-
and he's kind of gross.
He's the first Kong.
Is he?
Yeah.
I saw a bunch. I was doing some research, of course, and I was looking
For
at
this?
No.
Oh, okay.
Of course not.
No. I come in here completely raw.
Yeah.
That's
Can
how,
we?
that's the coming
Do we have
Kong
a technical difficulty screen or something we can?
That's what it says. Can we roll that from the
We're
top?
just gonna need a moment to
Stream saw it.
That's
You guys.
for that one's for Cummy Kong.
Yeah.
That's the coming Kong.
I was doing research on all the Kongs, and and there was one which was like Chunky Kong.
Yeah.
Chunky Kong.
I only
Chunky
just
Kong
found out about
Fox.
Chunky
Chunky
Kong.
Kong
We have a
Fox.
whole
Fox.
back pocket meme.
Chunky Kong Fox.
Chunky
We have
Kong
a
gives
back-
me,
you
gotta
fucking
remember.
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get that on a t-shirt, Chunky Kong Fox. I'd wear it.
Okay.
In select
And then on the
wouldn't.
back,
No, you
on the
wouldn't.
back,
scenarios.
Lanky Kong sucks.
Oh.
What the fuck is Lanky Kong?
Lanky Kong, he has
Lanky
no
Kong's-
style. He has no
no
grace.
grace.
This Kong has a funny face.
He's the orangutan.
Oh, from the rap.
Yeah.
And he sucks.
He doesn't suck. He's just like...
He's got the clown
Well,
nose.
Yeah.
I think I got
it was
stuck on
more,
Chunky Kong last time, so I
innuendo.
missed Lanky Kong.
Although I
Yeah,
feel
okay.
like the insult on the back of the shirt's a bit like... You put the insult on the front.
no, I didn't mean that.
No,
Oh,
she
okay.
meant
No.
one's fucking and one's sucking.
Yeah, one's fucking, one's sucking.
Oh, right.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
gotcha.
I didn't get that
Yeah.
either.
They're both showing off their sexual prowess in different ways.
Yep. But he's got big, long arms. He'd be better at... You know what? Let's
Wanky
just...
Kong. He's a wanky Kong. Wanky Kong, yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
he's an ape, so he can do 4 at once.
Yeah, and you know what they say? Ape together strong.
He would be a great participant in Febu Wayne Cube. FebuWayneCube.
Yeah, you can participate
Oh,
in
FebuWayneCube.
Cube.
Shouts out to Thumb Cramps.
Oh, man.
Sweet boys.
I've never heard anyone misquote a rebooted Planet of the Apes line that perfectly. And in one move, just belittle. Who was it? Who was
Andy Serkis.
Smeagol and
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. Sorry, I heard you.
You just kept clicking at me. She'll come.
I don't know. I didn't expect the start of the show.
Let's focus this conversation into something a little bit more important.
Yeah.
Important?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
A little
news.
bit is the perfect phrasing.
Yes, a little bit of news, a little bit of backup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know our mic's alive, but I just need to catch my breath.
I know. But I get transfixed by it because they're all still so new to me, and I just I like seeing all the details.
They're good details. Yes, welcome to a little bit of backup. We're going to explore just the tiniest little bit of news. And just a fun thing.
The right
Nothing
amount.
so serious.
Not going to get
Sorry?
bogged down in news, but just a little bit of news.
Too
a
much
tiny little
news? Yeah.
It's boring. Oh,
Not
fucking
enough
hell.
news.
Imagine creating news for a living. And
Yeah.
you create the news, not report it.
I don't report
You
it,
don't
I
report
create
You
it.
create it.
I am the
Now
news.
that's a journalist.
And I'm a known liar.
The little bit of backup is brought to us by EvilSpyBoy. Thank you so much, EvilSpyBoy, for your support and for supporting Food Bank Australia. If you put an exclamation mark Spyboy in the chat, you can learn all about donating to Food Bank Australia, who help thousands of youngsters all across the country. You can donate at foodbank.org.au or visit tasteofmultifish.com to find out more. But let's get into the news. And this morning, overnight for us, Mr. Todd Howard.
That sexy man.
He strolled out looking charming as ever.
Not as jacketed as usual.
Less jacketed.
Yeah.
It's not jacket
I think
season.
he's not wearing a
I think he's
jacket.
Yeah.
hyper aware of the jacket thing, and so now he's trying to.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's like,
Tony is
I
easing
think he
back
should
from
wear
it.
2 jackets.
Whoa.
Two jacket Todd. That's what we called him
That's
back
how
in
you
the
break
day.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it's always leather. It's always like, I think the thing is it makes him look like he's earning too much money.
Yeah.
You know? If
You know, the more
if you're
jackets
a
you
more
have,
relatable.
Yeah.
the more money you have.
If you're a
you know?
junior staffer at Bethesda and Todd's wearing 2 leather jackets, you're like, that man's wearing
Yeah.
$1,000 worth of leather. I
At
don't earn that
least.
in a week.
I once put I'll be quick.
A month.
I once put a leather
Oh, here we
jacket
go.
on in a store
Yeah.
to try it on as a joke. Well, a joke being I couldn't afford it. I put it on. I then walked to show my friends. I didn't realize it was tethered because that's how expensive it was. It
Yeah.
was physically tethered to the rack. And I Warner Brothers cartoon style, doing, and then sort of like
funny.
landed
Did it
back.
really back and then up onto the top shelf.
They got out the hook and they're like, whoa!
We got another one.
That's like me when we travel because I never look the right way when we're crossing the
Yeah,
street.
totally.
I'm
Right.
so
Oh,
oblivious, and so Peter literally grabs me by the scruff of my neck and like
Jesus.
yanks me back, and I'm like, huh? And then a bus will just go past my face, and the wind blows back, and I'm like, oh, thank you for saving my
Le
life.
bus.
That's a better,
We must be in France.
that's a better shopping for a leather jacket story than mine, which was I walked into the store and I tried on a jacket and the guy said, "You look too boxy." And then I didn't buy it.
See.
But he did recommend another one.
That guy was from politics, and he was great.
He said I looked boxy.
No, but he was doing you a solid because he was just like
You
you,
look
could
like-
look
I
better
didn't
in a
feel
different.
boxy.
He was like you could look better in a different jacket.
Did
It
I
was
walk out of
great.
there with a jacket?
I feel like if you walk into a clothing store and a gay man is giving you like great feedback on what looks good on you, like that's a
That's-
How do I
win.
know?
Yeah.
Maybe
Did he
boxy
offer
is
you
complete.
another jacket?
Yeah,
to
that's the
try?
main thing.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Did he?
You,
But
you
at that
ended
point,
up-
the damage was done, and Peter felt
Yeah,
boxy.
I
and
felt
he
boxy
left
for the rest of the day.
And then he takes the jacket off and he's like, oh, no, you're just boxy.
That's just you.
Foxy says you look like me.
I did. Starfield.
Yes.
We have a release date. September 6th. Obviously, it got delayed out of the end of last year and was given the first 6 months of 2023. It is no longer the first 6 months. It is September 6th.
Which
and
we just briefly touched on the fact that everyone was like, mix of stories this morning being like, it's been delayed. And
Yeah.
it's mainly that, but it now has a date. Which
it
is
has a
more
date,
important.
which it has never had a date. I don't even believe when it was at the end of 2022, they had a stamped in date.
Sure.
So I got pushed back from there, and then it got pushed back again, now September 6th. And there is a Bethesda presentation about it coming up on June 11th, so it's going to be a detailed presentation.
I'm honestly surprised that they announced a presentation so far in advance.
gonna
They
say that's
also
like-
they're
that's like
calling
3
it
months.
they're calling it a direct. Nintendo own that word. You can't
Yeah.
use direct.
You need to come up with a new. It's the new like suffix to something. It's
Showcase.
Like you have a showcase. You have a direct. You have an event. You have a.
Yeah.
You have a
I don't
Starfield
think Nintendo
spectacular.
do own that word.
They own it.
They do not.
They own
I
all
think-
six
I
of
think-
those
I think
letters.
Exposition.
I think direct has become the word for like digital conference with direct information to your brain.
Like that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. But Starfield, they shown like there's
But
there's a
Starfield.
2-minute 40 video that they dropped. But Starfield.
Yeah. Sorry.
Children everywhere. Stick to your
Go
ass,
this couch.
Flappy, or whatever
Go
it's called. This couch. This
Is that
couch.
green screen?
No, he's in the studio. God damn it!
It looks like green screen.
This is not a little bit of anything.
This is
right
why
now.
it has to be a little bit of news because we tend to go too far in everything else.
yeah.
Is he wearing V-neck?
It looks like
He's
green
not
screen.
wearing. Yes, he's wearing a V-neck and he's wearing a hoodie and he's not wearing a leather jacket.
That's just great.
He's wearing.
the guy in the background
he's
just
wearing
wave?
standard blue denim.
Josh, roll back like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
he totally did.
He got
did, yeah.
referenced.
Oh, okay.
Are there ghosts there?
Right,
Oh
so
my
someone-
god, a plane just went down out the window.
Oh god damn it! So we're seeing in the studio
guy in the background,
game
wave.
is being played. It exists. Yes, he did wave. God damn it! He works in the studio.
Do it again. Hey.
There we go. Hi.
So the game is coming out very soon. It's another big Bethesda game. I'm super excited about it. I love Bethesda games, warts and all. I love being able to lose myself in them. How do you guys feel about Starfield? Let's start with Ruby. Have you been hot or cold on it at all? Has this announcement kind of like whet the appetite a little or nothing?
When I saw like the preview for it, I was like, oh, so it's like Fallout in space.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. I'll probably play a bit of it like I did with Fallout. But if I don't meet anybody that I can have like a relationship with and they're also like a robot with a personality,
Okay.
I'm not really interested.
Well,
So I like tried hard to romance Edie in Mass Effect. I feel the robot romance.
Yeah.
Well, you can get with Edie.
Well, I
If
fucking
no,
tried.
no, sorry, Joker
I
and Edie can get together.
I tried, but it didn't
Joker and
happen
Edie
for
can
us.
get together.
But
Yeah.
the
Maybe
Joker's
that's
not
why,
me.
because
She was into Joker.
Her heart belongs to Joker.
She loved her pilot.
I
But-
was Talia. Talia?
Tali.
Tali.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Tali, man.
I think I lost my chance with Tali when I accidentally
Fucking
instigated
show, man.
the
What the fuck are we
destruction
doing here?
of,
Of her
the,
planet?
of the
Dumbest
entire
shit in the
Korean
world.
race.
That probably is not a good sign.
What are we
Yeah.
doing?
That's like rule 1.
Scotty's
Go
got a
somewhere
rash,
nice
he's
for
just
dinner. Rule
like,
2,
don't
don't
just
We're
destroy
throw
their
talking about
race.
video games, Peter. That's what this show is about.
No, you're totally right because like romance is super fun in RPGs,
Yeah.
and it's never been good in Bethesda games. But there are romanceable NPCs in the game.
Any robots?
I don't know about robots.
I think I could make them feel
There for
something.
sure will be
Yeah.
I'm
robots.
so charming.
I'm sure there'll be sex bots for you in the game. But I'll be interested to see how developed that romance system is. Because obviously you could get married in Skyrim and you couldn't get married in Fallout, could you? I don't think so. But
I
there
don't
were
think
there
it
were
was that
companions that
in-depth.
follow you around,
Companions,
assisted in
yeah.
combat and stuff.
And there'd
but-
eventually be a love, do you love me? I
Yeah,
love
there
you
was
thing, and then it just
companionship.
would boost a stat, I think.
Yeah.
Which is like real life.
But if it's more detailed than that, I would love that. I would love to go back to my spaceport and meet my
Yeah, you would.
meet my spouse and play with the dog.
Honey, I'm home in our spaceship.
Yeah, totally.
I remember there was a big sort of gameplay demo and the most footage we saw of it in the last, what was that? Was it another direct? Or there was like a serious 15-minute chunk of footage we saw before this. That's the
Yes.
last thing they released.
Yeah.
And I, like a lot of people, was a little disappointed with how Bethesda-y it looked, which is to be expected, I guess, but it did feel a lot
Bethesda.
more...
Bethesda.
It felt clunky. It felt a bit... It didn't feel as freeing as I was hoping in terms of here's the scope of a game that's like going for the same No Man's Sky vibes of like there's infinite space to go and explore. And it was like grey planet, grey ship, grey
definitely,
rock,
like-
and some basic shooter mechanics around a grey platform. I have faith in it as well, but it was not the best showing. And so I'm hoping that this direct is a little more colour, a little more bit of love, and a bit more...
Yeah, me too.
Personality.
Because even the clips in this had
In the background,
Colour.
you were like frothing over the screen
Yeah.
that the guy was playing.
It's like, oh right, there is some personality in it. Because you're right, it was like that first thing was like we're on the moon.
It's very sterile.
It's a moon, like a lunar kind of looking base.
Yeah.
And there's a grey platform with dudes in grey suits shooting at you, and it's like, oh, this is all just very grey.
So
Space is boring.
My thing with Fallout, I think, is that it's like, and it sucks because I think it's, you know, one of the games that people love of Bethesda's the most because of the kind of personality and the little stories within, you know, all the kind of exploration that you do. But it's just such a depressing world to spend time in, that to be in an RPG where you're spending so much time, you're like living there for hours and hours and hours. I just like, it's not a place that I want to go back to. So I was looking at this and I'm like, I hope it's beautiful. Like, I hope it's really beautiful. And you go to a lot of places that are like,
what do you think
stunning.
about design like this? Like, I think it's like, I've seen Bethesda do impressive fantasy, but even Fallout is such a dreary place, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like this is interesting to see from them.
Totally, yeah. And I think it will be. I'm sure there'll be a lot of diversity across the different planets that you go to. The other thing with these games is that they can be so overwhelming, and it's like a large open world map is overwhelming. When you talk about thousands of planets, that can be like, that kind of breaks your brain a little bit.
Starfield will have more than 100 systems and 1,000 planets.
Yeah.
That's too many planets and too many systems.
Yeah.
And the worry there is that they won't have personality, that they will be copy-pasted.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking earlier, I'm sure they're procedurally generated, and so I'm sure a lot of work that's gone into creating ensuring there's enough creativity in all those different planets that there's going to be something new and different every time you go there, and hopefully no giraffe penis head monsters.
I don't think there's giraffe penis head monsters, but
like, why did every planet have them?
Yeah.
Like, what? Something in the coding was like,
prioritize dickhead.
Yeah. Prioritize dickheads.
Yeah.
That's what that seems to be what it was, because it was just too common an occurrence.
Yeah.
The thing is with planets is like, okay, this is going to sound incredibly simple, but planets are big, right? The Earth is big, and you know, to go around
and so flat as well,
and so flat, and you can fall off the edge, which is so scary.
That's
That's what the ice wall is for. It keeps the water in.
And that's the worst part about being on a boat, is you never know when you're going to get to the edge, right? But you know, planets are big, and I wonder just how much work they're going to put into actually making you know, a well-rounded planet. And if there's going to be, you know, how many was it? 1,000 planets?
there's 100 systems and 1,000 planets.
Yeah, if there's going to be 1,000 planets, just how big are they going to be?
And you run into
totally.
the same
And-
issue with No Man's Sky, which is the idea of exploration, the idea of that much space is overwhelming, and it like whets the appetite for a video game enthusiast to be like, I've always wanted that. But the harsh reality of it is it's just a lot of nothing, and it's a lot of space, and it's a lot of losing direction and being like, I kind of feel, I got that in No Man's Sky. I felt like this overwhelmingness mixed with a kind of disappointment, and I was like, I don't really like it. I don't like anything I'm being
The
shown
planets
here.
were all different, but all kind of the same at the same time, which I'm sure is true.
And nothing meant anything. Therefore, like, why would I invest into? And the base building turned into something that you could grasp onto. But outside of that, it was like, why should I care about anywhere I'm in this world?
The thing is, like, No Man's Sky also didn't have
story.
any developed civilization story built in.
Yeah.
It was like mysterious, and you would discover some things that were handcrafted, but not a lot was.
potentially the
Whereas
context of Starfield
this
having
is-
those hubs.
Yeah,
will
but
make
I mean,
the
it
rest
absolutely will have major cities, a bunch of handcrafted stuff. You know, there's 1,000 planets, but maybe only 100 of them are ones that are worth visiting with handcrafted
and within
stuff.
that, maybe 8 of them are actually full planet levels
well,
or whatever.
it makes me wonder if, like, I mean, I'm sure all the main story quest locations are fully, like,
Totally.
you know, they've put a lot of work into those. But often with Bethesda games or any big open world RPG, that's the side quests that are the real interest. So are the side quests taking place also on planets that they've put a lot of work into, or are they kind of just putting them on procedurally generated planets that are like less interesting, but it's about the story, so it doesn't
I
matter?
hold that hope for the ship that you have. I think I really want that to be like, I loved Fallout's building a home vibes, and I want them to translate, from what I've seen, that into a shipbuilding and a way that people in sci-fi love their ships. They love the Millennium Falcon, they love the Firefly thing, they love the
It's just the Firefly.
it's just the Firefly. But that's where that becomes your little floating home in space. And I think maybe if they can do a good job of that, and just to walk it back for a second, I find it interesting because I really loved Fallout's emptiness and drabness, because it had that vibe of like, I'm the last one here, and there's fuck all around me, and I've got my own little like slice of the world while no one else can bother me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that felt good, because that was the tone of what that was. I don't want that feeling in a space in this game. I don't want to feel lonely and lost in space. I want to be like moving between interesting hubs full of people a la Mass Effect. So
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the vastness of all those planets doesn't get me excited in the way that Fallout did.
But the ship customization probably would, because it looks like it's very, very detailed.
It's got a little bit of that like Alien 1 vibe to it. A lot of padding, a lot of
Yeah.
clicky buttons.
Yeah,
all
totally.
that aesthetic.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah, it's like the 80s version
Yeah,
of what
what
a
they thought it
spaceship
was. A
would
lot
be.
of
Yeah.
CRT monitors and handles on things for no reason.
Yeah.
I think what I really want from this direct is right at the end, the Todd Howard comes back and he's like, and one more thing.
Yeah.
And then he announces
Puts another jacket on.
Starfield Sleep, which is an app that you can
Yeah.
get on your phone.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Where you can collect all the Starfields.
Which romanceable NPC do you sleep most like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Yeah.
gives you all the data. I think that would be really cool. And then they release it 10 years later.
Well, we can only hope for that. We can
And he
only
just
hope
finishes with a, and that was all.
that. And it just works. Yeah, so I'm excited about it. You guys are somewhere in between excited and hesitant at how stupidly large it sounds.
Yeah.
But we're not playing that yet. We
When's
have
the
been
date
playing
again?
some things this... Sorry?
Oh, sorry. When's
September
the date?
6th
September 6th. Okay.
is when the game launches. June 11th is the...
Direct.
The direct.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's soon. That's coming out soon. We haven't played it. We have played some things. Here's what we've been playing.
That was a nice throw, Peter.
Thank you.
That was a nice throw.
Thank you.
Such delight.
Smooth,
So smooth.
confident. Nailed it.
All right.
Absolutely nailed it.
My turn to talk.
Gus.
All right. What we've been playing is, of course, a segment where we tell you guys what we've been playing this week, and we all take it in turns to talk about a game. And we'll also take it in turns to thank BuriBuri, who sponsors this segment. Thank you so much, BuriBuri, for your ongoing patronage. And as usual, when we bring in BuriBuri, we like to bring in a bit of a lore fact, or a legal fact, or just a lore, I think it is. A legal fact is a lore.
Is it though? A
For
legal
this it is.
fact.
Are you saying law, L-A-W or L-O-R-E?
L-A-W.
Is it law,
LAW.
law?
She's a lawyer.
She's a lawyer.
She's not a lawer. She's a lawyer.
Yeah, but can law have law?
Yes. That's what they use. That's what when they go. It's not called precedent in. When there's like they refer to a case. That's a Chalmers v Exodus.
That's law, you reckon?
That's LORE in LAW.
So in my mind, law is like, why do the judges wear funny wigs? And they'll be like, it's because of
Why
this
do
thing back
they?
in the day. And that's lawyer law.
But that's
Okay.
a law fact.
That's a law fact.
That's a legal fact.
BuriBuri! Thank you again. And as usual, we'll find a funny little legal law fuck that. Law fact.
Can I ask one aside for Lapscallion? Is Ruby the PAX rat witch?
Yeah. That's me. Unfortunately, only roughly 10 to 15 of my rats have come home to me, which means that maybe about 290 to 285 are still out there. If you see them, bring them in. They are cold. They are cold! Thank you.
BuriBuri! Thank you for that. Thank you, Ruby.
Fucking terrifying.
I don't know how to come around from that.
It's because you slept through that debate.
Oh, you were made of rats. I do
That's
remember that
true.
bit.
You came in today and you were like, my favorite thing about PAX is when I got to have a nap in the debate. And I was like, we were both in that and speaking.
Loki Cat was next to me. He's like, get a good nap in there. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, BuriBuri, here's her legal fact. Guys, did you know that in England, it's actually an act of treason to place a postage stamp bearing the Queen upside down?
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
because
people
all
do
the
that
blood rushes
all
to
the
her head.
And she hasn't got any blood.
that. Poor
She's
thing.
just a corpse
She's
now.
all dead and stuff.
She's all dead.
Sorry.
You just did a loser symbol on your forehead about the dead queen.
Where the fuck is that technical difficulty?
Enough time has passed, I think.
Enough
I think so.
time has
I
passed.
think so.
She's still warm.
She's not. She's.
She'd respect the L, I reckon.
I'm sure she's got a heated coffin. There's no way she doesn't have like hot water pipes running through that coffin
Just to
keep
keep
her
her
warm.
ready in case they need to reanimate.
Yeah.
Hey, conspiracy theory, I don't think she's dead.
Holy shit.
Post show chat.
All right. Yeah, we can dive into that later.
We shall.
More on that later.
For now, we're going to dive into Destiny 2 Lightfall, Steph.
Yes, thank
Keep
you
it
so
to
much
5 minutes.
Thank you for not talking
No.
about it last week, so that I could talk about it this week.
Please.
Yeah, no, go for it.
The latest expansion, major expansion for Destiny 2, Lightfall. Just like last year, I streamed the entire campaign in one sitting. It took me 16 hours. technically 14 hours, but there was like a 2-hour post-campaign decompression period where I just like spent time in menus. You know, you just kind of have to spend some time in menus.
Sorting through what all
That's
the
Destiny, it's
stuff
just
you
time
got
in
from the
menus.
campaign, or just
Yeah,
generally faffing about?
What was that?
Getting all the stuff you'd got from the campaign, like sorting out all...
just faffing
it was just
about.
faffing. It
Okay.
was just,
Yeah.
it was just like, and looking at mods, because like I didn't want to start the stream and be like, yeah, Destiny 2 Lightfall campaign, let's go. Let's look at all the different mods and what they've changed in like the weapon perks, you know, like it was, so I had to kind of hold off on that stuff. And at the end I was like, all right, I'm going to just dive into the mods a little bit.
Because that'd be really distracting when you want to talk about the main game.
You think that annoys me? It doesn't. Please continue. With your wacky train of thought. The story, not that I really care about the story in Destiny that much. I think because I came late to Destiny, it was hard for me to catch up on the story in general. I watched enough like lore videos to get the general gist, but it's it's such, you know, Bungie sci-fi stuff that it's just like you're never up to speed.
To catch you guys up, it used to be that worms were the big scary thing in the game, and now it's a dude made out of smoke.
Smoke Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
To enjoy Destiny 2.
Is there still a big ball?
Yeah, the big ball. The big ball has
the Traveler?
has a
Yeah.
kaleidoscope hole in it now.
Yeah.
Where'd the worms go?
Spoilers, Peter.
This happened right then.
Yeah, where did the worms go?
The worms are still around. They grant wishes, obviously. Okay, so this campaign centers around the cyberpunk city of Neomuna on Neptune. And Neptune has been cut off from like the rest of the galaxy for a long time. Bungie don't really explain a lot of that stuff. They're just like, okay, these planets are just going to go somewhere else now. And no one can find
I
them.
believe that, in terms of accessibility, but I believe that Neptune was just Neptune, and no one bothered looking too hard at Neptune because Neptune's a shit planet. But there was a offshoot of humanity.
They
that
were
moved
actively cut off from the galaxy because the Traveler didn't give them the light that they gave everyone else to defend them from the darkness.
Right.
there. Oh my goodness!
And was it in the 80s that happened and they were just stuck in a time warp from that era?
Well,
If it was the 80s, it was like the 2580s.
yeah.
Okay, right.
All of this
Because
stuff.
Josh, if we skip forward to like some of this is the early stuff
All
on
of
the
this
ship.
stuff happened
before you get to
in
the
a galaxy
Neomuna
far,
cool
far away.
stuff.
So they, instead of having Guardians of the Light, they developed a group of like super soldiers called Cloud Striders, who are like cyberpunk augmented humans who like can
That's
help
so
defend the
lame.
city. I know. So we
They're like surfer dudes.
we like discover that Neptune has just been hanging out there all along, and we decide to head there because apparently there's some mysterious artifact that's linked to the Traveler, Big Ball. And so we're like, and we've got to get it before the Witness, Cloud Guy, Cloud Head Guy, not to be confused with the Cloud Striders, different. Those are like Silver Surfers.
Yeah, smokehead guy.
Smokehead Guy, sorry, thank you, yes.
Yeah.
Who's this
We
guy?
want to get it before he does. Because the Traveler is like the ultimate weapon, right? This is Callus. Callus is just...
Let's not dive into this.
Well,
again.
I
Oh,
feel
it's Buckethead.
It's Buckethead.
Yeah.
Is that one guitarist?
Okay, so I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the campaign. I think people have been kind of mixed on it, I think story-wise, because I think this is they're sort of Destiny is a live service game, so it's not coming to an end, but they're wrapping up a story cycle soon. So this was kind of the prelude to that. So this kind of felt maybe like to a lot of people a bit unsatisfying. And then the other thing is that they were introducing a whole new subclass in this expansion, which changes the way you interact with the game quite significantly. So a lot of the campaign is kind of a tutorial intro to using that subclass strand. So in Destiny currently you have like 3 different subclass abilities. You've got Void, Solar, Arc, and then
Stasis.
beyond
This is the
light
fifth.
introduced Stasis.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
So then...
It's so perfect that he didn't see that.
So with this expansion, we introduce Strand, and what's like specifically significant about it, apart from the fact that it kind of changes the way you interact with a lot of enemies and damage types and stuff, there's like a grapple system that they've introduced, which feels like it could have broken the game so easily. I'm surprised that we get to use it, and we get to use it everywhere, which is awesome. I think it's just like... Yeah, it just feels like too cool a toy that we get to play with in a game like this, which is so... It kind of teeters on the edge of being unbalanced anytime they add anything to it. And it's one of those games that there's so much content because it's like an MMO. You know, they need to keep their sort of cash cow long-term players happy and with enough stuff to kind of feed them when they're playing it 24/7. That to add something as significant as a movement system that allows you to kind of just grapple to anything felt really quite cool.
But that's a shake-up that it probably needs by this point, right? Like, in terms of the amount of expansions this game has seen, something that does change a core element of it feels not overdue, but like...
I mean, with long service, like with live service games like this, and which I dip into when new releases come out, or like Dota, which I've played consistently as kind of new characters get brought out and big meta changes happen. They, when they first drop, like meant to shake up how everyone reacts to the game, because then you get the fun of learning it again, and you'll be frustrated by some parts of it, and some parts of it will feel really cool. Some stuff's overpowered, some stuff feels useless, and kind of then over the next couple of months, things start to align to become the new norm and balance out, which I think is an interesting part of any live service game.
Yeah, and there's no amount of playtesting I think that they can do that can really account for everything.
The masses of people.
Yeah. So it's usually PvP that sees the biggest.
Sure.
Like they end up being like, hey, these like 8 weapons have been disabled, and we're also like removing this ability from this specific PvP match because it's breaking things and people are exploiting certain stuff, and so there's always that kind of thing that happens, but that's just part of it. And I think part of the joy of long-term Destiny players is trying to find ways to break the systems that they put into the game. So it was super fun. I think maybe I enjoyed Witch Queen a little bit more just because I think the setting was a bit more fantasy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think the environments in this, at least the time you spent in Neomuna, were awesome and so aesthetically satisfying. I think we spent a lot of time in fucking Callus's ship dealing with Callus bullshit, which I found kind of a bit blah, and I kind of wanted it to get going with the... they really sold us on the Neomuna stuff so much.
That opening, like, the cinematic trailer and stuff is like, oh, that had my appetite whet. And then from what I've seen, it's like, they do that well for a few cityscapes, but the rest of it just falls back to generic corridor shooter.
Yeah, there were a lot of reused assets and stuff. Like, and it's hard, again, because it's such a huge game and it's a live service game, and obviously they're just using what they can. But there were occasionally times I'd be like, oh, this is a corridor from the Deepstone Crypt, area, or like, this is a thing from,
Yeah.
You can see the kind of the framework and the bones of previous expansions and stuff that have had different color palettes put on them. But that's video games, and I think for the most part it was done really well, and I really enjoyed it. And the real joy of it, and I think the important thing beyond the campaign, is how the game plays post-campaign with the addition of stasis, and I think people are really, really enjoying it. With Strand, yeah. I think it's so exciting to like open up Destiny. In my menu, I have to click over pages of lists of people's names because it's just there's that many people online at once. I'm just like, holy shit! It's just like it's just nuts.
Friends.
Yeah,
she's got a list so big.
It's really cool.
You are welcome to join us.
I will play this solo every time, Stephanie. We've worked this out.
Boo.
We've both been playing a lot.
You're doing the day 1 raid on Saturday.
This coming Saturday, and then I can stop playing. I've got one more day of Destiny to play. Look at these bags under my eyes.
I feel like
Josh, do a tilt.
because I really
No, you can't.
because I really like genuinely love it. It makes me feel like personally attacked when you shit on it so much.
It's like,
but then he's just like, he does the hardest.
but it's the only
thing
interesting thing in the
once a
game.
year.
It's the only interesting thing in the game.
It's not.
Because the rest is just grind. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I totally understand enjoying grinding stuff. Like is that a Ruby slip of the tongue? I love dipping into MMOs, and this has a lot of MMO in it, obviously. But my God, playing the day 1 raid is really challenging. You're learning things while you do it. You're working in a group environment, and that's fun as well. Hate that. Love that.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about that as a bad thing. And I was like, amen.
I empathize.
Having to learn things and working in a group environment. I would rather be, learning absolutely fuck all and being alone in a really large room, sitting directly in the middle of it.
But yeah, it's definitely like the thing that I find interesting. And then by day 3, because contest mode lasts for 48 hours instead of 24, by day 3, it's easy. And so there's no point. And you can't do it in contest mode down the line. So, I'll do that, and then I can stop playing again.
Yes. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I feel like I feel like of all the live service games, it's kind of doing this kind of thing the best. You know, it feels like I understand that it obviously there's grind to it, but that's what live service games are because they need to keep content coming out for those people. But I don't think I've encountered another game that does it as well as this. So I'm going to keep playing it.
Yeah. I jumped in and had a dabble with it, and I really liked the grapple and the strand abilities. So I'm actually keen
And Neo Moon is so your aesthetic.
It totally is, which is, and this has been touted as a bit of a re-entry point for Destiny. People have fallen away from it. So I'm keen to check that out and to see if it can carry me through. I have a really dumb question though, because I've always been a bit confused by what I'm meant to do in Destiny. That there is, when you say there's the campaign that you went through,
You just shoot stuff.
I'm playing the Destiny.
When you see the little guys on the screen in front of you, what do you do with the little guys on the screen in front of you?
Well, no, but when you say there's the campaign, there's the raid, then the campaign is like you're going back and taking missions, doing them. It's a story mission. You come back to a hub zone. Is there because I remember back in the day, it was like back in the day of Destiny 1 and stuff, it was like you'd go back to an area and just grind and just enjoy doing the same side quest that kind of kept popping up, and there'd be people doing events and stuff. Yeah. Is that still happening in like a Neo Moon hub zone area? Yeah. Okay, right.
And there's because it's taken me so long to understand all of that day-to-day stuff because I think their new player onboarding stuff still needs a lot of work. They have done a lot of work on it, but there's the seasonal content which kind of delivers consistent story updates. So every new season there'll be a new story kind of thing to play through that will introduce usually some new activity that you participate in. And it's usually a thing of like you do this activity to get currency to go and put into that thing, and then you get this thing, and then you get a weapon. And it's like, it's that kind of loopy stuff.
Confusing.
Yeah.
But and then you have like your persistent things like strikes and dungeons and raids and public events in various cities.
I hadn't seen a lot of that shown off in this expansion in particular, just through the marketing material. I've just seen
it's not the interesting thing to sell because you do that everywhere on every hub. So it's like that stuff's going to happen, and it's a lot of the stuff is exactly the same public events, just in the new setting. There's not a lot new going on there.
I guess I just asked because when I did play, I got to the point where I'm so shit at MMOs and stuff like that when I spawned in, spoke to a guy who had too many quests to give me, saw a human player, they went running in a direction, I followed them for long enough until they just turned around and looked at me, and I was like...
but it's
Grapple they're going, grapple away, and I was like...
funny because there's certain, there's also different achievements and things you can get. You can get triumphs and titles if you want to, how hard you want to grind. There is a reward for every level of grinding.
Yeah.
So there's a particular title that I'd love to get, but is really difficult to obtain because it involves doing the last wish flawless, which is no one in your fire team can die.
Raid.
Does a worm grant you that wish?
It does.
Yeah.
Well done, Gus.
I'm a lore master. Spelled L-A-W.
But Reese was saying to me the other day, Reese Wild, who I played a lot of Destiny with, he was like, hey, I just suddenly had a thought. The jumping puzzle on the last wish, we could just use Strand to bypass the whole thing. We can just grapple past it, or we could somebody could thunder crash and we can all just grapple to it.
Is this something from earlier content?
Yeah,
so you can go back with Strand, grapple, and break puzzles.
I'm sure they've thought about that stuff, but I was like, oh fuck, that I hadn't even considered. Are they going to lock?
Yeah, right. No. The platforming is a surprisingly large part of Destiny.
Yeah. There's always jumping puzzles in
But
any
people cheese that stuff all the time. There's different ways to cheese
But that seems like too obvious and easier way to cheese something that has been previously very difficult.
Yeah, it's a high-end thing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're just we'd prefer to innovate going forward and not worry about how it affects what's behind, because does it really matter?
It doesn't, much like moving forward with another game. Ruby!
And I'm reaping the benefits.
Before I jump into my game,
please.
I heard you call yourself a lore master. And I've actually got a lore fact for you, a legal fact even.
Oh,
a lore master is called a judge.
Yeah.
Be cooler if they're please rise for Lore Master Ronald.
Yeah, and then there's a
dun,
cool
dun.
Yes, master.
guitar solo.
You come out with dual dabbles.
Yeah, that'd rock. Damn, court should be way cooler.
Court should be cooler.
Let us run the High Court
the
of
legal
Australia.
system.
Please.
But what have you been playing?
No, I want you to say it, Gus.
Yeah. I want you to say what game I've been playing.
How is Paranormal Hojo House?
It's not. It's so wrong.
Paralegal?
I'm going to let you say it again. Back. Yeah.
No. Paranormal.
Norma.
Paranorma?
Site.
Paranorma site?
Yep.
The Hojo.
Nope. We're going slow. 7.
The 7 Hojo.
No.
The 7.
You come back. Mysteries.
The 7 Mysteries of Hojo.
No, still.
Honjo.
There we go.
The 7 Mysteries. Parasite activity. The Hateful Eight of Honjo.
The history of
The Hateful Eight of Honjo.
Tell us a bit about that game that'll come up with the title in a bit, Ruby,
So
please.
Paranormal Site, The 7 Mysteries of Honjo is a supernatural mystery horror visual novel type adventure game developed by Square Enix. And it's tight. It is tight. It's spooky as hell. So basically what the gist of it is, it's kind of like...
Elsid says, looks shit.
Wrong. Thank you.
And here's why.
What's a comment? You've seen one frame
I kind
of
of
it.
respect that though. Seeing a single frame of a game being like, fuck this. Yeah. Honestly, it rocks. I love that. But basically the gist of it is it's based off like the 7 Wonders of Honjo, which is a real life kind of like urban legend thing in Japan. And it's funny because the 7 Mysteries of Honjo in the game, there's actually 9. And apparently there could be even more.
That is mysterious.
And I was
Are
like,
the last 2 mysteries secret?
well, there's the thing I saw and I was like, what? I counted and I'm like, am I the stupid one here? And so I ended up talking to, her. This is Yoko. And she it got to a point with the dialogue where there's like, you literally get to ask, 7 mysteries? Why 9? And then she explains, well, they're really, really old, and so more mysteries have just come up over time.
I like
discovered.
I imagine that the developers had created 7 mysteries, and then somebody was like, "Oh, I just thought of 2 more great new ones." They're like, "Man, we've already wrote this whole game." They're like, "It's fine. We'll just have a conversation
I
about it."
prefer that the discussion is the developers are done and the publishers are like, great, 7 mysteries, good to go. How many was that? 7 mysteries is the title.
Yeah, 7.
Totally. So gameplay moment to moment.
So basically the gist of it is it's very like Zero Escape, if you've ever played Zero Escape. Very, very Phoenix Wright. If you've ever played Phoenix Wright. Very it's in the just how much dialogue there is and how much reading there is. Like, one could call it a visual novel, but you are doing a lot of investigating around. And basically it's this fateful night where at the stroke of midnight, a whole bunch of these curses that are based on the 7 Mysteries of Honjo have dropped into, the pockets and hands and near the feet of random people in, this small area of Japan. And they have like a kind of, is omnipotent the word?
Omnipotence is like all-knowing, all ever present.
Kind of that omnipotent voice in the back of their head go, kill them. And then explains that you've been given this cursed stone, and by taking the lives of others with your curse, you'll collect soul dregs.
So you are you the player are one of the people who's been cursed?
Yes.
Right.
And so you have to collect soul dregs by taking people's lives. And other curse bearers, their souls are worth more soul dregs. And allegedly, according to the omnipotent voice in your mind, if you collect 100, if you fill the stone up 100%, then you can go through with the rite of resurrection. And the rite of resurrection allows you to bring somebody back to life. So people, the essence of it is, how far are you willing to go to bring someone back from the dead? So you've got like all these choices you have to make. Anytime you come across another person, you kind of, you either find out during your conversation that they're a curse bearer, or you kind of just have to guess.
Yeah.
And like
by stabbing.
Yeah, by stab.
Well, because they're trying to kill you.
They're trying to kill you as
Yeah,
well,
okay,
because
right.
your soul is worth just as much as theirs.
Gotcha.
right?
Wow, that's crazy.
And it's really, really cool. And the story itself is just so in depth. And it covers a lot of ground. The mysteries are really sick. The very first one that you get is the curse is that if someone starts to walk away from you, then you can kill them. But you can't kill them until they start walking away from you. And all the different curse stones have different...
So do you have to like insult people to make them be like, I'm done with
Yeah,
this?
or be like, oh, I've
Can you check the bus
gotta get
timetable
back
for me?
to it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, peace out. And then you're like,
And I imagine, as Pete was even asking, the moment to moment, it's conversations, and there'll be decisions that are flashed up, which are basically like, take this action. It's, you know,
Is
that's
it
pretty much...
quick time stuff?
with the curse using, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Press
And
X to stab in the back.
it's got like a story tree. So like you, with the different choices that you make in terms of dialogue and who you decide to kill, different branches of the story tree grow out. Right. And so, you know, it's kind of your plan to, I don't know, I haven't finished it yet. And so I'm unsure if you're meant to kill everybody or quote unquote do the right thing.
But just for safety's sake, you are killing everybody.
I am.
Yeah.
I was going to say, there's no dilemma in this, right? Like, you're not thinking, I'm not going to fill my stone. I'm just going to, like...
Sorry.
That's not a thing. Like, I'm just going to...
now.
I'm just going to, like, be peaceful and let... Because someone's going to kill you, game over, right?
Well, that's the thing. Like it is. It's kind of game over. Except when your character dies, you get brought back to the starting screen, which is the TV and the storyteller, the guy with the mask. And he's like, what? Wah, wah. Anyway, do you want to go back? And if you die enough times in a situation, he might give you a little hint. Like,
Yeah, okay.
like a perfect example is there's one person who is a curse bearer, and they have like their curse, how do I describe it? So their curse only works if you can hear it. And much earlier on in the game, the storyteller describes to you all the things like in the settings. So if you ever need to like get more accessibility options, change the sounds of things, yada, 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 you can go to the settings here, here, and here. And he makes a note of saying you've got the music slider, the SFX slider, and the voice slider. And so, you know, later on, you're playing the game. I kept dying from this guy, and I'm like, what am I clicking wrong? And then I realized, because the storyteller's like, wasn't there something that you learned how to do before that would stop you from hearing this voice? And very specific, there is no voice acting in this game.
Yeah.
Very specifically, the voice volume slider is only for that
does nothing.
one. It's only for that one fucking curse,
That's
and you
so
need to turn
good.
it down to 0
Amazing.
That's clever.
to get past that guy. And so when I came across that guy again with that curse, but I was playing a different character, because you play in total 4 of the curse bearers. You start
Right,
with one,
okay.
and then you play the other 3 after
Got
him.
it. Yeah, okay.
When I was playing another guy, I was like, wait, I know what your curse is. I know what you can do to me. And I turned the voice volume all the way back down, and he's like, huh? Why is it not working? And I felt so smart, which is funny because I was an idiot.
You had to have the game literally tell you what to do, and you're like, I know what to do now.
That's cool though. That
rocks.
seems like
And the
interesting puzzle design.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so cool. It's so neat. And like each character has like special little quirks as part of their storyline. Like one of them has like a set of collectibles that I think they're called mockingbirds, and they're like stickers that you have to find like around the levels. Which is really neat. I think it's really is a very spooky, very cool game. A few jump scares.
I was going to say, like, the
Wow.
vibe of not only the kind of the aesthetic here of just characters walking around empty streets at night in like a sort of Japanese modern aesthetic is unsettling. And then the curses all sound like there is something fucking wonderful about like Japanese horror and the thing that they, they can do, which is just like a smiling character standing there at night is like having a weird curse about
Did you smile at me in the dark?
No, there was a guy who like clacks clackers together at night, and it was and tonight he cannot be heard, and I was like, oh, it all feels like it's coming from some kind of like rich LORE lore.
I find that the art style is like surprisingly grungy for the kind of game it is. It's almost like I like the
kind of scratchy outline of the line work, and then it has almost like the background art almost has a kind of a Lomo kind of filter on it.
So the thing is, fun fact, not a lore fact. This one's a game fact.
Okay.
So a good amount of the backdrops in this game were 360 photographs of Tokyo.
Awesome.
Amazing.
That they've like stylized and,
Cool.
obviously brought the tone down.
Yeah.
And then the characters, when I first saw them, I was like, this reminds me a lot of, like Zero Escape.
Yep.
And stuff. But it also reminded me a lot of The World Ends With You. And that is because the character designer of The World Ends With You, who is the same guy.
Yeah.
And he also did the 2D character designs for Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, yeah. Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, so I told them that before the show, and Gus was like, "I'm gonna act so surprised."
I'm sorry.
That's cool though.
You're
That's
such a good actor.
that's some prestigious artistic direction coming
Yeah.
in. That's super
Yeah,
cool.
I really
Very
like
cool.
it. It looks sick.
Yeah, I don't play games like this, but that seems like a cool entrance point into it. The fact that it is fucked up Japanese horror.
Yeah, it's
unsettling.
there are some moments like. Because, you've got to look around 360 to, like, find things. And there are proper moments where, like, oh, there's something behind you. And then you go and look behind you. There's nothing there. But you come back around, and then your friend is just, like, all fucked up. And it's like, oh my God.
Oh, God.
It rocks. It's so cool. But it's, like, so stylized that it's not just, like, like a jump.
Gore porn,
It's
horror
not just
stuff.
gore porn.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, it looks quite cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Can you give an approximation of a playthrough length? I know it kind of varies depending, but like
I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'm probably like I've got maybe like 5 hours down, and
Yeah, okay.
I'm not nowhere near done.
Cool.
yeah, okay,
So.
cool. Because it's like a lot of those games don't heaps appeal to me, but I really like the look of that, and I like the idea of the story mechanics to it.
Yeah,
That looks cool.
It's
Looks like it'd be a fun streaming game.
yeah.
Oh
totally.
yeah. I think it's gonna be kind of one of those quiet achievers. for
Yeah, cool.
Square Enix this year.
Awesome. Well, I've been playing something completely different from that. I've jumped back into the world of Dead Cells because that's a game I love, I adore, and they have some new DLC for it, which is all based on Castlevania. Which is another series that is I'm very fond of. I have a lot of nostalgia for Castlevania. And so basically, the Dead Cells guys have just been like, cool, our new DLC is going to be Castlevania. It's so fitting for this game. And I did want to just quickly point out at the start, they've just done one of those beautiful animated trailers that if you crank a bit of the music, Josh, is just like, the Castlevania aesthetic is just so wonderful. And these guys, the developers of Dead Cells, have such a good kind of tongue-in-cheek attitude with the design of their game. But basically, if you've never played Dead Cells before, it is a roguelike, side-scrolling action platformer where you move through procedural levels as a undead prisoner who goes through a bunch of different stages to get through really tough boss fights, stacking a bunch of weapons, feeling super ultra powerful. And so what they've done is basically said this would work great with a Castlevania skin on it. And so you now, as the undead headless protagonist, meet Dracula. You meet
Dracula's a babe.
This is the thing about Castlevania.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Netflix series? Fuck, it's good.
No, but I heard amazing
It's so
things
good.
about it.
And now Richter Belmont and, of course, Alucard, which we all know spelt backwards means thirsty, sexy vampire drink boy. And you get to play alongside these characters as you go out. And if just the music and the aesthetic and everything is just fucking slaps.
Yeah,
I'm so
wow.
excited that
It's
this...
got 80s cartoon vibes
Well, this
to
is
it for sure.
Yeah, this is them doing the trailer, which just like I saw this a few months ago. I think this was at the Game Awards, and I was like, "Holy shit, what a crossover!" So I've been really excited for this. And outside of that, the game is basically the same style of game. You are proceeding through these levels. You are picking up these weapons. There are new weapons, new outfits, and a new series of stages that you need to access by kind of hunting them down. That's how Dead Cells has always worked. It's always been like, because they're procedural tiled levels, you need to kind of work out where to go. For anyone new to this, you'll basically from the prison find the castle outskirts and head into Dracula's castle. And from there, you will try and work your way up to Dracula, and you will be thwarted at every level. You will be misdirected, and it kind of does a bit of a bait and switch on you. Now, this is where I got really upset with it because I was loving everything I was experiencing up until this point. And there is a point early on where basically you're about to meet Dracula and they fuck you up and they move you to another boss fight that's really hard. And once you pass that boss fight, they say, hey, you need to go back to the core game now. And you can only access the second half of this DLC if you get 3/4 of the way through the main campaign. Which at that point you should be pretty good at doing because you've played the game a lot. But if you're new to this, that's going to be a real steep learning curve. Basically, you'll get to a point where you then need to run through potentially like 7 stages till you get to another gate that'll take you to the second half of the castle.
Oh, I hate that.
And it really threw me back to thinking...
So it's like a different end boss to the normal game. It's like
Yes,
if getting to the end is 100% of a game, at 70% you take a divergence for the second part of this DLC.
Correct.
To finish up at a different
to
end.
finish the
end
DLC.
boss. Yep.
The first bit of the DLC is you can go right from the start. You can do the first half of it, and then you'll meet Death. You'll have a really tough boss fight, and from that, Alucard then says, "Hey, you now need to run through the main campaign."
And this is
again.
roguelite, right? Like you
Roguelike.
upgrade. Not at all.
It is roguelike because you will collect cells. That's the main currency in the game. That you will then... Dead cells. You collect the cells. You spend them on everything from weapon upgrades, costume upgrades, and permanent upgrades.
But you'll be permanently upgraded if you've played... You jumping in to play this first part
I
of the
should have a lot of
campaign, you're already
weapons and
upgraded.
stuff
Yep.
that are high-powered, including
cool.
some really awesome ones in this. You've obviously got the cross, you've got the holy water, you've got the whips. Oh, yeah. It's
But so
just like...
is the DLC, it's a standalone thing?
No, you would need the game as well.
Okay, so
but
theoretically you've already played the game.
in theory, and this game's been out for a couple of years now, so people are like thirsty for more difficult Dead Cells. So it's not the greatest entry point.
But you still play the game, you still have to play through that whole section in order to unlock the DLC.
Yes.
So it's like if you haven't played it in a while, it's like...
You'd be rusty coming back in.
Which is what I was. I was very rusty coming back. And so
that's
once I
tough.
got to that halfway kind of bait and switch, I was like, I don't think I'm going to go back to this. But I did beat Death. I got Death's Scythe? Whatever
Scythe.
it's Scythe, thank you. And I started to get that itch again, which is, if you played Dead Cells before, it has such a fucking wonderful fluidity to it. And I know it looks like just chaos on the screen at the moment, but there is a sort of telegraphing of movement and controls and attacks, and it has that wonderful thing that roguelikes have, which is the stackability of your abilities.
Yep.
So you are gaining powers on powers on powers. It's Risk of Rain style, where it's like suddenly you have a sword that does bleed, you have a buff that does extra damage to bleeding targets, and targets that get hit with your grenade who are bleeding will get triple damage, and the numbers just go crunch, 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 crunch.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you're like, I am unfucking stoppable. Josh, if you would play the first clip, you will see how I feel at that point, because I am thinking, holy shit, I have a scythe that every enemy I kill turns into a ghost, which blows up every other enemy it can find. When it kills them, sometimes it turns into another exploding ghost. So I am like at end game,
GhostMaster.
and I am just like force lightning. I'm just obliterating
Wow.
enemies that should take a lot longer to kill. But I'm taking a lot of damage at the same time. So I'm feeling pretty badass. So I then finally got to Dracula. I went back, and Josh, if you play the second clip, I thought, I'm going to absolutely wipe the floor with this guy. I've been like one-shotting tough enemies. And
But you're built for multiple enemies in a room.
correct, Peter.
a
I'm not
single
built
target.
for big, sexy, double fang suck boy who just proceeds to
Oh, yeah, he's melting.
wipe the floor
Double
with
Fang
me.
Suck
And
Boy
this
should
took
be on
me.
a t-shirt.
He just basically covers me in blood, grabs me by the neck, and goes, "Nah, you're fucking out of here," and freezes my switch, and I'm out. That's a 1.5 hour run to get to him that I will have to start again.
That sucks.
There's no shortcut. I have
Video
to go.
games are fucking shit.
I have to go through
All of them suck.
the prisons, the sewers, the stilt town, the clock tower. I have to fight 3 bosses to get back to him, just to get that up. I didn't even learn one fucking telegraphed attack.
sorry.
I don't know what happened there. I just got.
You're gonna have to review that footage.
I have. I
Watch the
can't
tapes.
tell.
But
Watch
wait,
the
but
tapes.
so being a roguelike, can you just go back to the boss fight, or do you have to go
No,
through the whole...
you have to play
You have
for
to go
90
through the
minutes to
whole
get
thing
there.
again.
He can go back
Yeah.
there, but he has to earn his way back there.
Yeah, there's
thank
very
you.
few, if not maybe
No.
no
You play
shortcuts. Yeah.
You don't get to judge anyone for how they spend their time.
I had an awesome time getting to that boss.
Yeah.
And I have done this in some games. I've been like, cool. I put it down. I went, I've gotten, like, I think the DLC is about $12 or something. So if you already own the game and you like
Pretty cheap
Castlevania, just for the music and that there's a lot of content there.
Go to
enjoy.
Spotify.
Go to Spotify. And
If it's
listen
just
to
for
it.
the music, go to
Go
Spotify.
to YouTube.
Yeah.
And search
YouTube
up
search Castlevania OST.
music.
I did that today while I was actually. But it has got me back into Dead Cells as well as the core game, and I think it's a great Switch game. It's on everything, but it plays really well. It's buttery smooth on Switch.
You know what it plays good on as well? iPad.
Does it?
Yeah, it's on Apple
touch
Arcade.
controls?
And it runs surprisingly well.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
Fun fact.
Is Dracula in the
It's a fun
animated
fact.
series?
Oh yeah.
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 And
And he's so
Alucard.
tortured, Steph. Oh, he's so tortured.
That first season
Who
was
does
good,
the
wasn't
voice? Who does the voice work?
I don't know, but I do know the voice of Richter Belmont is.
Why am I googling it? Chat.
I'm right here. I'm gonna tell you stuff.
it? Richter Belmont.
The voice of Richter Belmont, who's the whip Bible, like Bible bashing, because he literally bashes people with the Bible, is the sexy main dwarf from The Hobbit, Richard
Oh yeah.
Armitage,
Oh, right.
and he does a good job.
He's
And
sexy.
Graham
Alucard,
McTavish is Dracula in the show.
Graham McTavish.
Graham
Oh.
McTavish.
Why does that name sound familiar?
He's a Scottish actor.
okay.
Oh,
Of course
is
he
this
is.
is this who you're talking about? Known for his roles as Dwalin in the Hobbit film trilogy.
Chuck him up on screen.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Wait,
yeah,
why
that's
am I getting all-
they're all in the Hobbit. If they're Scottish, they were in the Hobbit.
Oh,
James
yeah.
Callis?
Oh, yeah. I know him. Yeah.
Okay.
He was in the Hobbit.
They all have
They're all in
sexy,
Hobbit.
brooding voices. Have
Yeah.
you watched the Netflix Castlevania
I've
series?
seen this guy in many a kilt in many a
It's
period drama.
really good. It's like
Yeah, I see House of the Dragon. I see Outlander. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's even
yeah.
a series
I was about
here
to say,
called
I've
Men
seen
in
Outlander.
It
Kilts.
was
Yeah.
in Outlander.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but it's good.
done
And
them all.
it's the Netflix series got me back into the aesthetic, which got me back into some of the old ones. Symphony of the Night, the greatest like Castlevania game of all time. And then this is where Konami should reach out to the Dead Cells devs now and be like, you are going to make our next Castlevania game. That is what everyone
You
who's
reckon?
been playing this has been wanting.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if they will, but it's like they've made such a sick game and that's such a good aesthetic that
Yeah. Awesome.
that'd be good. So that's what I've been playing. Peter, you've been playing another difficult title, which I'm going to let you say.
Yeah. I've
You
been
started so confidently, though.
Yeah. This morning, Bayonetta Origins Cereza and the Lost Demon demo dropped. The game is out, I think the 14th or the 17th of March.
It's in
so
the
soon.
it's in the game plan, so it's
Yeah.
definitely next week.
Okay. But it is, the demo's out and it's about an hour and a bit long. I've never been interested in the Bayonetta games. I played a little bit of one of them. I think the first one, and didn't particularly love the spammy, what's the dev called? Silver? Something Silver?
Oh, yeah, Devil May Cry kind of
Yeah.
style.
All that
combat.
spammy stuff I don't love.
Platinum games?
Platinum, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Platinum.
Yep. They are silverish.
Yeah,
Platinum's
close
a silver. That's the color of silver. This is an action adventure, but it's like an isometric narrative game as opposed
so
to
cute.
as opposed to the kind of 3D Bayonettas that we're used to. Obviously, this is still 3D, but in an isometric kind of form. You play, it's a Bayonetta origin story. You play Cereza, who becomes Bayonetta as she becomes a witch. But this is pre-witch stage. She's learning to become a witch, and you kind of meet Cheshire, who I assume is a character, her demon that's in the other games, and you go on an adventure to release your mother from prison. Your parents, and this is probably in the other games, were one from the darkness and one from the light. They had a child.
There's a lot of angels and
Cereza.
demons stuff in
Yeah.
Bayonetta, yeah.
So she's a shunned child. She gets outcast into the forest and she lives with another outcast witch out there. And the game has started quite slow in the way that a lot of these games are paced, which is, it feels like it's maybe being presented for, I don't know. It feels like it's presented for a younger audience to go like, learn how to carry the bucket of water from one side of this thing to another, and you slow
Right.
walk it around and stuff.
right.
And it's all about this kid doing chores. But that's about just like letting the narrative beats play out at the start. And I was playing that, and I'm kind of like half an hour in, and I'm still just like getting story moments that are beautifully presented. It's not full animation. I would love if there was more animation, but there's some nice art and there's
Do we meet that character later on? I feel like I've met her adult version in Bayonetta, maybe.
Probably.
Blonde
She's definitely
chick.
presented early as like
the
a
other
friend.
blonde witch.
Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah.
She's a
I
babe.
would say that's the case.
Yeah.
Based on how she was presented here. Jean is in the
Jean.
in the other games. You kind of start out kind of being tutored by this witch in the forest, and I was like, oh, this is just kind of like narrative stuff. And because I don't know the narrative of the other games, this is not going to mean anything to me.
Sure.
And then I got a spell, and I was like, okay, this is interesting.
Did it move buckets of water?
It didn't move buckets of water. It
Okay.
made roots grow into plants really quickly.
Cool.
But the mechanic was, I'm playing this thing on the Switch. The mechanic was hold the left ZL, the deeper trigger, and you start your spell casting. And now there's like this thing moving around, and it's like to cast the spell, moving the left thumbstick on the angle that is presented on your spell sphere now. So it's like, this is where you're casting the spell, this is how you cast it. I'm like, oh, that's cool, it's cute. It feels weird that everything is weighted to my left hand. Like I'm not really playing like a spammy, action-y thing. I was like, okay, that's interesting. It feels like it could develop into something more. And maybe if we jump 15 minutes further into the footage, you summon...
So much storybook.
I know, there's so much storybook stuff. And
It's so pretty, though.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Yeah.
And he's casting a spell.
The animation is
that
gorgeous.
the action of it. And then you summon, and maybe jump another 5 minutes, and it's probably going to be 10 minutes based on... Okay, so this is your plush toy that becomes possessed by a demon. So you summon a demon. That's what you're trying to do as this kid. You keep failing. Demons come into this world. They disappear if the roof is about to collapse. Demons come to this world, or a demon is coming to this world, and they disappear if they can't possess a human. But this one manages to possess your doll, and I assume Cheshire is in the games. Don't know.
I think Cheshire's a giant cat boss.
Yeah, that is a cat boss.
Cheshire, hangs out, I think, in your little hub zone from memory.
There you go. So this is the origin of Cheshire becoming possessed and your demon friend. You control Cheshire with your right trigger and thumbstick. This is a two-character game.
Oh, like brothers.
Wow.
Like
I was just about to
brothers.
say, this is a brother of two sons situation.
Which was suggested you play with other people. You could totally give a Joy-Con to each person and play this. But I'm playing with this thing. Moving a big lumbering demon with my right thumbstick and attacking with my right trigger.
Yep.
And using Bayonetta or Cereza
two sons.
with my left stick and casting spells to help in the fight. So it immediately, as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, this could mean a whole bunch of interesting things going ahead.
Totally.
And even by the end of the hour, I was like, learning new things about how these two characters engage together to combat, platform, and just navigate the world. And it's really interesting. I was falling off my hotness on it after the first kind of 20 minutes, where I was like, oh, this is just a slow narrative thing. But as soon as I started to use both characters, it opened up a world of possibilities that I'm interested to see how it develops going further.
It's funny, I played Bayonetta 3, and it was one of kind of my first forays into it, and I was fascinated by how the length of the introduction of everything. I was like, but it was done in a far more bombastic way, where she was riding a cruise liner around a city that was flooding while doing stripper bat flips, and I was like, what am I watching here? Is this just nuts? And it wouldn't let me play for so long. So it's the same thing.
You have to watch.
You have to watch. And now
You gotta
this
watch
is
it.
through a storybook aesthetic of a far more innocent, story origin.
Yeah.
But you're equally
She's not wearing her hair yet. She's wearing actual clothes.
There you go. But you're being taken back and not allowed to play up until 20 minutes in, which is, I guess, just how the developers...
In this game, she's serving cute, and then in Bayonetta's 1 to 3, she's serving cunt.
I mean, she is, because there are so many crotch shots in her
Yeah.
split leg,
Love it.
flying.
In the
I
first
love it.
20 minutes as
She's
well.
mother.
Yeah.
She's mother forever.
But what you're saying is there is interesting gameplay here. It is just at arm's length.
Yeah, yeah. And it's already happened by the end of the demo. an hour in and I made a save and I'm 10% of the way through the game. So it's probably something like a 10-hour game.
Yeah.
The demo progress will carry across into the game if I buy the game.
Good.
So that's one of those things where it's like it's just nice, much more easy kind of entry into.
Is the story stuff
full
good,
story.
considering there is so much of it?
It's fine. Like the story is whatever, but it's well presented. There's a narrator and it's written and delivered fancifully, and it's it's delivered as a children's storybook, which is sweet. And I really like the art. I would love it to be more animated, but obviously they tried to find a line somewhere, and it's one of the things that I know you have a problem with, and I do too, of like not entirely landing on a style. Some stuff has way more frames of animation, some has none, and it's just a static image, and I'm like,
consistency is just
it's so inconsistent that I don't know what to expect on the next thing, but the narrative of it is being delivered beautifully by all the voice actors.
It actually reminds me a lot of Alice Madness Returns, if any of you guys have played that.
Yeah.
Because with the cutscenes, they were like little paper dolls that would kind of like move, like they had
All those kind of flashbacks to her childhood and stuff.
It was always
equally like a traumatizing upbringing of a character who becomes a far more kind of like larger than life.
It actually reminds me, just based on the footage alone and what you're saying about it, it reminds me a lot of the Alice game.
I hope it's got a dark undertone in it. Like I imagine it tries to play with that at some point, because this got a mixed response when it was shown originally, that people were like, this isn't my Bayonetta, but also like this is going in a far more innocent storybook vibe to it, which I think it's cool, but I just think it's
to explore a different genre.
It's not particularly dark. Yeah, you can as you're seeing here, you can separate and rejoin the two of them with button presses as long as they're near each other. So
I think it also makes sense in terms of like tonally, if we're going to be playing through the origin story of a character who people have come to know as highly sexualized, it's like you can't do that when she's a child.
Literally.
So like it makes more sense to show people, oh, we're playing through a children's story. Like let's just like follow her story as a child for now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I think people who like Bayonetta will probably enjoy hearing the story of a character that they really like. People who like Bayonetta just to look at her butt won't get that out of this. But it's when I first saw this, I was really excited to play it because I feel like more IPs should be doing this. It's like it's only Pokemon that has capitalized on the IP is strong. Let's make a game for everyone with that IP.
Sure.
It doesn't just have to be the Pokemon mainline series. Pokemon Snap is a fun little on-rails photography thing. There's pinball games. There's cafe mobile games. You can fucking sleep with your Pokemon now. Like
Not like that.
not like that though.
but being adventurous with genre. Like,
being adventurous with genre in your IP is just a way to get people to get into some really cool ideas that you've had, but you know, maybe people don't want to play the Destiny as a shooter, but if there was some other way for them to learn about Destiny,
Destiny Go, the
as
mobile
Tetris
game or something.
Destiny Tetris.
Yeah.
I would love to see more games being experimental with their genres.
To finish, like in a way that feels like they had a good idea, not that they were making a mobile game knockoff or something. It's like they clearly had a different team who had a different art direction who wanted to make something uniquely different, not just go, we can't make Bayonetta 4. So, yeah, very cool. Well, those are the games we were playing. They were Destiny 2, Lightfall. They were Parasite and 7 Spooky Rocks for Homo. Go, something.
Paranormal Sight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Go on.
Nailed it. Got it that time, right?
Yeah.
And you said it.
And I said it, didn't I? And I played Dead Cells Return to Castlevania. And Peter, you played...
Bayonetta.
Origins, Ceviche,
and the Lost.
and the Lost.
Demon.
It's that easy, guys. Remember all the games we were playing. We'll be right back after this ad break. Bye.
Mountain!
What'd you get? Rabbit food. Again? I think mine's still growing. What about you?
Cat food.
You blokes want anything from the shops?
Bloody ripper. Bloody unreal. Oh, what the f is that? Oh, Struth, this tastes like John Howard's dick. And I'd know. I just threw up in my mouth. I think it tasted better. Where's that cat food? Maybe that'll taste better. Oh, this is in worse taste than Academy Award-winning actress Scarlett Johansson playing an Asian woman. Oh, where the f did these come from? Oh.
EvilSpyBoy, the worst Australian taste.
Scotty, come on, come here. Scotty. Come here. Oh, good.
Times are tough. Times are challenging. No, wait, that was it.
Yeah, you idiot.
You're all gonna have a run. At the end of it, you'll see my time. This is the Challenging Times trophy. The game of choice is GoldenEye because we're doing the dam level.
So low.
Bloody genius.
Open the door.
2 minutes, 17.
2:17.
All right.
That's not too bad. You can use shit.
Just keep running.
Stop jumping. What's he jumping
That
for?
animation is
Yeah,
you gotta get
don't
those
miss
little
those steps. Don't miss those steps.
Don't get shot and.
Oh, there it is.
123.
Wow.
Because I went
Oh,
forward.
Look at that guy just do a roll.
Oh, they're going wide.
Interesting. Bullets.
Oh, Christ.
141.
That was so good.
Fortunately, I set a time of 1:07.
Oh, not a 007.
But I'm gonna give the prize to Will this week. So Will, congratulations.
I'll hold it.
Oh, I forgot that I wrote a rap.
Oh, yeah, do the rap. Do the rap. Do the rap.
Okay, all right, it's about damn time. Wait, Bedazzle! That
Was
mother...
Was it? Are they in the game of us?
Yes!
Meanwhile,
It's them!
Did you just kill them?
Oh, Crown.
It's actually them!
DumpDaze is down. Dolphin pants. Couldn't have been killed by a nicer guy.
I knocked down DumpDaze. I knocked down DumpDaze. F you, DumpDaze.
God damn them.
Ready. Now we're ready.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Thank you for coming back. If you did,
Why'd you leave?
you're in for a great next whatever.
Did you give me a pen?
Yeah, it's
It's
in the book.
It's in the hole.
We're not there yet. Thank you so much to Belly Kate and the Fortnite Friday crew for your words from the sponsors. You would have seen EvilSpyBoy's ad or EvilSpyBoy ad.
Saw a lot of people in the chat saying, look at those gents. Look at those gents.
Look at
They're
those
having a
gents.
pie.
Bloody gents.
Bloody gents in their high vis.
Bloody
You
gents out there
better
having
not
a good
hold
time.
on to that S.
And you would have seen a social based on our challenging time segment. We did a dam run.
We did. It's about damn time in
About damn
GoldenEye. And since then, a lot of people have been sending in both through like social media and on the Discord, they're much better times. So I will make a conscious effort to show those times off next time we run a challenging time segment, which will be soon because I think we've come up with the next one. But I'll save that till later.
You will, because
You
we're
were
not
there.
playing
We
this
came up with the idea together.
I've already forgotten.
There we go.
All right. But we're not doing that now. Now's not the time for challenges. Now it's time for parties. Oh, yeah.
party, yeah. It's been party time. Party.
Muso, what other games have dams in them?
We're doing some party time. Today we're playing the old classic, Old Faithful. We got three. I'm surrounded by three brilliant artists.
Oh, yes.
And I don't use the
Thank
word
you.
brilliant lightly. You're all brilliant.
The way you then said that again, I feel like...
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, now
We'll
it's
see,
losing.
won't we? We'll
It's
see if
losing
they
me.
are brilliant. We're playing a game called Photal Recall.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
there
a
he
good-
is. Thirst Trap Pyramid Head.
Bowser
Let's
in a
go.
sauna.
Hot damn.
She's
There's so
goddamn
many.
beautiful.
We should keep them. I forget
I forget. We should keep them all.
We do have some classics.
I'll let you sponsor this.
I just want to shout out MiddleCee first.
Of course.
Yeah. Because MiddleCee is sponsoring this segment. Thank you so much,
Hey.
MiddleCee. As is custom, as is tradition.
As
we
of 3
say.
episodes in,
Yeah,
it's now a fucking tradition.
It's now a tradition.
We do like to have fun here. Yeah, we like to have a little.
We
bit
like to
of
have fun
here.
here.
We do
As
like to
Will-
have fun here.
Thank you. In the absence of
I
Will,
love fun.
we should point out that we do like to have fun here. If that's not been evident so far, I'm going to read a lyric, a sequence of lyrics from the middle of a song written in the key of C.
There
You
it
guys
is.
need to stop me if you can guess what the song is. Now, I forgot to put down what song it is. I have the lyrics.
Oh.
I'll remember as I read them. Will
Okay.
you be able to guess what the song is? Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Here we go. There's nothing you can teach me that I can't learn from Mr. Hathaway. I didn't get a lot in class, but I know it don't come in a shot glass.
Oh.
Stephanie? No?
Please.
You were first.
No,
Please.
please.
You know what? I'll go. I have no fucking clue.
Do it together.
I know.
On 3.
I'm just trying to think of the name.
Title of this.
1, 2, 3.
It's Amy Winehouse.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones.
It's Rehab.
Rehab.
It's
Yeah.
Rehab.
It's Rehab.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the only song
Half
I
a
know.
point each.
Hey, I'll take
Yay.
it.
Nice.
They don't get a point. That doesn't count. That's nothing. That was separate.
Listen to the difference.
Yeah, Rehab. Amy Winehouse. Apparently written in the key of C.
This is
We'll never know
nothing.
if that's true.
Yeah.
We just
Yep.
Google it,
Yep.
and I'll follow whatever Google says.
Makes sense.
Pretty sure it's not in C.
Thank you, MiddleCee.
Yeah, so let's play some Photal Recall. Now, in Photal Recall, and you've not played this game before, Ruby. These guys have an advantage of having played this before. I'm going to challenge you guys to draw iconic video game characters entirely from memory. And each round you'll be given 2 minutes to draw. And at the end of that, we'll look at each of your work individually, and I'll pick a winner. The person with the most points at the end of the entire game, they win a prize, which is compliments from the other contestants from the night. So if you lose, you're going to have to
everyone has
compliment
to give
someone. Yeah,
some-
the winner.
okay.
Yeah. It's
So
unfortunate.
in total, you get 3 compliments.
If Josh wants to weigh in too,
Yeah,
You get
Josh can
4
also
compliments.
compliment.
Four.
Yep.
Can I just point out, it sounds like a shit prize. It's really,
no,
it's really good.
I love validation.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I need it, and
Yeah.
so it's like a really good prize.
Anytime someone says something nice about me, I remember it forever.
Well, I hope you win for your sake. And I have tailored it towards you tonight.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
because this is the weird little guys edition of Photal Recall. I've picked 3 weird little characters from video games.
Oh my god.
And I'm excited to see you guys draw them. But before we get, just to give you kind of an indication of the kinds of things that these guys are capable of drawing in 2 minutes.
We found some classics.
There's some classics.
You can have a quick guess at what you think these are. You can even look at the main screen. What do you think that is? Oh yeah, you're blind. What do you think that
I'm
is?
so sorry.
Okay, this game's not working the way I
This isn't.
Here's some classics.
This isn't the party
This is-
game yet.
This
We're not
is
there
Sam
yet.
Fisher.
Yep.
Snapping the neck of a salmon,
Yep.
I believe.
I got
This
That's
is
Steph Panicassio's fine work.
Bear in the Big Blue House.
no, that is Star Fox
McCloud.
Star
McCloud.
Fox and McCloud.
So from Grand Designs.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a fox's house, Pete.
It's a fox's
I love that
house,
grab.
Pete.
me.
There we go. There's you. There you are. That's a
Murloc
that's
drawn
a
by someone
Murloc
who's never seen one.
from Hearthstone. And then that's
And that's
Hearthstone,
me.
From Warcraft.
oh sorry, I don't know. And that is Thirsty Pyramid Head by Steph. So
those
that's what you're
pecs.
competing
That is
with.
Yeah.
beautiful.
He's a
Fucking
fit
hot win.
boy.
Never
Honestly,
throwing that
that's
one out.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's a fan favorite. That's
He
Steam.
will kill some protagonists for sure.
And also, we should remind the audience, if you guys want to play along at home, please do so as well.
Absolutely.
yeah.
As Pete calls
Get-
them out, grab yourself a piece of pen and paper, open MS Paint,
Yep.
and then play along with the
you-
time limit.
As you're drawing,
We love
like,
seeing people
sketch
post
them in
them
and
in,
post them in the creative
in
channel.
the creative
on
channel,
Discord.
and we just love seeing them. So please
Yeah.
do. Please
we'll
do.
hopefully
Please
show
do.
a couple off in the post show as well.
Yeah,
So-
we'll dig into it in the post show.
All right.
Josh, are you ready? You got your bits and pieces ready to go?
But no
I do.
cheating.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can't cheat. It's got to be from your memory
What?
How would you cheat?
Who's
by
going to
googling
cheat?
it.
Oh,
Josh isn't
The
playing.
audience.
Oh, the audience.
Yeah,
right.
no.
Not Josh.
Josh is
Josh
busy
would
while this is
never
happening.
cheat.
Josh isn't a cheater. All right, we're going to go with round 1.
Josh is brilliant, isn't he? Everyone's
round
brilliant.
1, and you're not going to start. You're going to wait for the clock.
Okay.
Round 1 is going to be Mr. Mime, one of the weirdest little guys in Pokemon.
That's true.
Let's get the clock going, please. Mr. Mime. Obviously, wouldn't smash. But Mr. Mime, your time starts now.
Pete talks through this as well.
I'm going to talk through these. I do talk through these. Josh, if you wouldn't mind putting the lower third up as well, so you go for it, buddy.
I'm trying to find it.
Mr. Mime, Delilah Ketchum, Ash Ketchum's mother, she has a Mr. Mime that Ash caught, has always been seen as a heartwarming figure. He was introduced at the end of season 1 of the anime when he was caught by Ash's mother. Oh, sorry. Caught by Ash's mother and has lived with her ever since. This gets better. Just wait. But is he just another Pokemon for the Ketchum family, or is there something more to it? Mimey has ever been shown as a helping person around the house. He mops, sweeps, and in general just helps Delilah with daily household chores. In a way, he's one of the series' most consistent, long-standing Pokemon. Things start to get pretty weird in the Alola region, however, where he's probably where the rumors come from. In the first episode of the show, Delilah Ketchum goes on an all-inclusive vacation with Ash, Pikachu, and Mimey.
I fucking glanced at Ruby. I should not have done that.
He's also seen sunbathing by her side, and there's a bit of a questionable picture where he puts his hand on her thigh. Is Delilah Ketchum fucking the Mr. Mime? Maybe. You guys have got 36 seconds left to draw your Mr. Mime. How you going? Everyone feeling like you got something going on?
I need to add a detail
You
now,
need to add Delilah getting fucked. That's what you need to add.
I don't think I can do that in the time, but sure.
How much time do we have?
You got 21 seconds.
No,
That's
but
heaps
I'm
of time.
like, I can draw some fucking.
Oh, no, you don't have time for fucking. You don't have time for fucking. Music for Zahai says, Sorry to throw you off with that. There's just not that much information about Mr. Mime other than is he having sex with Ash's mum. That's the only thing. You got 3 seconds, guys. I hope you got something on the paper. That's it. Time's up. Pens down. Pens down. Pens down. Pens down. Pens down.
Okay.
Pens down.
Jesus Christ. You know how we often see at the end of this a side-by-side of ours and what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Is the one we're seeing fucking his mum?
Not as far as I'm aware, but I haven't seen
did I draw it?
I haven't seen what Will put together for it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So potentially. How do you guys feel you went? You look confident.
So good.
Fuck hell.
You're not a Pokemon guy.
I think I drew Noddy.
And we maybe got a Noddy over
I
here.
would start with. Oh, you go.
I'm going to start with Ruby.
I love to draw.
Yeah.
But the problem is I love to forget. And so I don't remember like how things look very well.
Okay.
So I kind of just like went with my gut.
This was your one. This was the one I picked for you.
Oh, hey, and no, it's a good one. It's a really good one. I just have the memory of a goldfish.
Okay.
So I don't recall things very well, but I love to draw. Have I said that already?
First time hearing of it.
Is that a bit?
Let's see your Mr. Mime, please. If you just flick that around. Oh my fucking God.
That's what I saw.
Can we see what Mr. Mime should look like? That's
what the fuck?
That's Chad Mime.
Is that Zavala from
It's Zavala, Mr. Mime.
But you've nailed the hair. Like you've somehow captured the essence of him, but in this kind of chiseled babe version.
It's like,
So-
it's if he was real.
Yeah, I mean,
This is how I like to think Ash's mum sees him.
oh, well, absolutely understand smashing that.
God.
That's wonderful.
Why do we even bother? Let's
All right.
just leave
That's
him.
amazing. Gus, can you compete?
No, not to that.
I'd like to see.
So I usually start with the face,
Yeah.
and then the body I just make
You work
up.
out around.
But I knew all Mr. Mime's body, and
Except
I
not his
couldn't
face.
pick the face.
Okay.
So that's my Mr. Mime there.
All right.
So, and if we punch in for a side by side, but what I've done is at the last minute,
You
I've
drew a
decided
pool.
he's a pool cleaner. And there's Ash Ketchum's mum down there by the pool, and I gave him a
she's
pool
reclining
nap.
with two
So she's
massive
Two large
jugs.
breasts.
Two big boobs. And he's
Personal
going,
flotation
whoa,
devices.
Mrs. Ketchum, you're getting the wrong idea.
Now,
He's
this
from New York now.
Okay.
If he could speak, he'd be a New Yorker.
Oh, that's a good point. He mimes,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
he
He's
doesn't
going
speak.
just like,
Yeah.
that's why he's going,
Wait,
whoa, Miss Ketchum,
I
She's
you're
doing
getting
the
the wrong
kissy face
idea.
as well.
Swedish.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the Swedish plumber. I'm here to fix your pipes.
Here
yeah?
to fix your pipes.
He doesn't have, I just realized a crucial mistake. Sorry.
Yeah.
He does not have a nose. And I was stressing about the nose. I
Wait,
was like,
I
And
thought that was a
you
nose.
forgot his bowl.
All
no,
right,
but
yeah, he
I
doesn't-
was
yeah.
there. That was the last
Yeah.
thing I drew. And then I fucking see he
Shouldn't
doesn't
have.
have a nose.
Doesn't have a nose.
Yeah,
Furious.
I think the nose is what makes mine look like Noddy.
Okay.
I just want to point out that I might have to deduct some points from that one because the scale is all over the place. You shouldn't have drawn the pool and the breasts because now I have a frame of reference for scale. And
use breasts for scale?
It looks like Mr. Mime is deep in the distance and is a giant. And that is not a weird little guy. That is a weird giant guy.
That's a good point.
This guy's actually this big.
Yeah, that's to scale.
Look at the pouch.
That's a 1-to-1
I
scale.
just saw the gutters.
The gutters, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The more you look at it, the more you learn.
There's so much detail buried in there.
There's a story. There's a story there.
Stephanie, can we please see your Mr. Mime?
Oh,
He's so cute.
I love him.
Oh, he's got.
touching a
Yeah,
knee?
that's all right.
He's touching her leg.
He's dreaming
That's
of
the
the.
knee.
He's dreaming of the forbidden touch.
Oh, and look at those hands. That looks like an egg.
Donnie Thornberry from the Wild.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, definitely got those vibes.
Yeah, oh my god.
Definitely got
I
those
unlocked a
vibes.
memory that I forgot that I had.
Yeah.
Same with him, apparently.
Yeah, look, not bad. But there's some good mimes all around.
There's a haunted look in that face.
There's a haunted look. I'm gonna have to give this round to Ruby.
Oh my god, of course. Can we
The
see it again?
cheekbones alone deserve an award.
Yeah, I'm transfixed by the lips.
Now, because we don't know
They're
your
ever
drawing
so- they're
style so
pursed.
well, I'm now expecting to see that head on whatever other body comes up.
So good.
Maybe.
Amazing. All right.
All right.
Thank you
Weird
for indulging.
little
That was a fun
guy.
one. Let us know when you're ready for round 2. We got another weird little guy coming up.
Let's do it.
Have a drink. Have a drink. It's
Do you know
thirsty
how
work.
stubby holders work?
They don't work for a glass.
I
It's a good
don't
luck.
see myself doing anything wrong right now.
That's why you're brilliant.
Cold.
All right. Round 2.
Is it resting on foam? And
That's all the way down. That's all the way down. That's a tall glass
okay,
of.
okay.
I'm kind of like she's snatched.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't. I seriously don't.
It's giving. Do you know that?
Is it giving snatch?
It's snatched.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
snatched to filth. Anything?
I'm just Mr. Miming.
Okay. Round 2. Pardon me. We're going to tackle Old Faithful. You might have some cues in the room. We're doing Skull Kid from Majora's Mask. No one look past me.
Oh.
Let's start the clock. Time starts in 3, 2, 1. And you're away. I've got another really sad, dark story to tell you on this one. Because apparently Skull Kid, the Skull Kid we know from Majora's Mask, there are many Skull children, but Skull Kid encounters the traveling happy mask salesman at the crossroads of Hyrule and Termina. He steals the evil Majora's Mask, a powerful artifact once used by an ancient tribe for hexing rituals. Upon donning the mask, a combination of the burdens in the Skull Kid's heart and the evil magic inside Majora's Mask transformed a world into the land of Termina. Does that make sense? Ask the people who write these fan wikis. The world created has a distinct culture influenced by Majora's ancient tribe and was inhabited by races of people constructed from Skull Kid's memories and imagination. The 4 giants central to Termina's legends were originally friends of Skull Kid, who, like Termina itself, were recreated by the mask. The series of events that stem from this seemingly random occurrence constitute the plot of the game, Majora's Mask, from which the character, Skull Kid, brackets, Majora's Mask, close brackets, comes from. Guys, how are we going? You got 42 seconds left. 42 seconds. Steph, look over your shoulder for 1 second.
I don't, but I know that it's there.
They've both been cheating.
Have they?
Yeah. They've both. Well, Gus doesn't need to cheat because it's all he lives and breathes. And he's gotten going so hard on
I mean,
the
I
detail.
feel like I fucking nailed it.
You did a good
without
job.
having to look.
Yeah.
But I just don't know the rest because I've only ever seen that.
Yeah. You've seen it on the body of a hot mannequin
Yeah.
designed to be kicked by Rob Whittaker.
So I've just imagined what I imagine it would be.
Yeah, fair. There's a lot of colouring in going on, which I'm excited to see. Shading, a little bit of sketching. You got 1 second.
What?
There's your buzzer. Pens down. Pens down. Are you signing your name? No. Unless your name is Love Me. Which you wrote on the last one and then scribbled out.
No, last
Last
one I
was
wrote,
help me.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime needs help. There's no doubt.
But then you realised he mimes. He can't use words.
No, but then I realized. Well, then I heard the story
The
of him fucking Ash's mum. So
Yep.
then I pivoted.
Yeah.
Pivoted.
Yeah. The look of a person that was just cheating.
I didn't
for
look this
2
time.
minutes straight.
He better be on a
It's
hot
not
bod.
called cheating. It's called having a strategy.
Fair enough. You gotta use what you can to your advantage. Gus.
Sure.
I know your one's gonna be good. I want to see it.
That's pressure that I don't need. But I took a note from the last one I just did where I made an enormous Mr. Mime and I realized that the brief here was to make a weird little guy.
Oh.
So I decided to draw the moon from Majora's Mask coming crashing down and all the way up the top here.
Oh.
Bling, bling, bling. That's how the music goes in the game. Is up there, and that's the moon crashing down, that iconic moon from Majora's Mask. Some might say even more iconic than the game's mascot itself.
But is the moon?
That is the moon.
Weird and little.
I was asked to draw. Sorry.
It does look like a Goron face. Nice. That's cool. Artistic license taken.
I've realized,
Artistic license taken.
I've realized I can't beat both other artists in the room, and so I've gone for
Why is that?
weird because they're better artists.
Oh,
so I'm
that's not
going
true.
for
You're a
weirder
wonderful artist.
Yeah, see what happened there?
You cheated your way into the prize.
God damn it.
Classic.
We complimented him.
I need
You get no compliments if you win. Son of a
Classic
bitch.
Gus Fish.
A phone. All good.
Ruby. Oh, we did Steph last time. Let's do Steph this time.
We'll do me.
Yeah.
Mine's pretty boring. I just didn't know what the body looked like.
You
And
can
so
still see your haunted noddy through the back of the page. Ooh.
Oh, I love. Very
Love me.
The clothing is very detailed, and I did not. I just drew a small confused thing.
I'm getting a lot of the little Korok masks from Breath of the Wild, the little like glitchy head guys as well.
Yeah.
So your little like your nice head tilt in there as well.
And
So
I
that's what
didn't
you're going for, right?
cheat.
That's true. You didn't cheat. You took no cues from that mask. Not bad. Definitely weird. Definitely little.
Thanks.
Nice work. Ruby, let's see your skull kid.
So I did glance at the mask, but I'd like it to be put on the record that I didn't pay much attention to it.
Okay.
Because I don't think that's what the point was here. Because it's not about the mask that he wears, but what's underneath it. And I think he's a beautiful person underneath it. Is that right? There we go. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's lovely.
He doesn't have to ask to be loved. He just gets it.
Good.
Oh,
I like that the hair is whipping,
Yeah,
as the
like
mask
he's
has
just
come off.
like
holy fuck.
Like, that's such a reveal. That's like a motorcycle helmet, coming off someone's
seriously
head
is.
and they're doing a shake
God damn it.
in slow motion.
Did you just draw a pout one day and went, fuck, I can do that well? That's going in everything
It's
I'm
like me
drawing.
and horses.
It is like you and horses.
I have this weird ability to draw like only handsome Squidward.
Yeah. That's
Oh
what
my
it is.
God.
Handsome Squidward. Just
Or
get
just
bashed
like
in the
the
face.
most simple guy in the world.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah. Typically, I like to distribute the points evenly, so it's
Yeah, we
interesting
know.
later. But Ruby, you win.
Sorry.
Stop drawing such handsome Squidwards.
Okay, I want.
Next one
this
has
is
to
the
be
last
fugly.
one, right?
Next,
Yeah.
last one.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, last one. Round three.
Okay.
And so we started with one for Ruby, even though Ruby has the memory of a goldfish and didn't remember what Mr. Mime looked like.
Well, Mr. Mime was the first one.
Yeah,
I've
still
forgotten
beautiful. Second round was kind of a throw to Gus in being Majora's Mask, big Lord of the Rings, Legend of Zelda fan over here.
Big
Steph,
legend
we've
over
got
here.
one for you.
Uh-oh.
A little bone from a little weird guy. We're going to throw to you, and it's a Necker from The Witcher. A Necker.
Oh, yeah.
Neckers from The Witcher 3. Just draw a handsome thing. Your time's going to start. Not yet, Ben Dixon. Your time's going to start when the clock comes up. That's in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So I'm going to read you the bestiary entry.
So it's a monster.
It's a beast.
Okay.
Take heed, gents. There's neckers under there. Sorry, let me go again. There's neckers under this here bridge. If you all cross at once, without slowing or stopping, there's nothing to fear. But if your cart throws an axle, and you get stuck out there, well, close your eyes and pray to... That's it? Melitel. And pray to Melitel. And that was by Kurt Hammerbach, the city guardsman in Vengerberg. A lone necker is harmless. 5 are dangerous. 10 can kill even a veteran monster slayer. Particularly troublesome are the larger, stronger individuals known as warriors, as well as the rare breeds of neckers known as fukas. That's all the information I have about neckers. I think you should be listening to the name necker, though, as a kind of like pivotal drive towards perhaps the design or the intent of the name.
I can't draw sexy things.
You can't draw a sexy neck?
No.
Okay. Ruby, have you played The Witcher 3?
I've played a little bit of it,
Yep.
but not enough to know what a necker is. So I'm going to draw a necker.
Okay, cool. Great. Gus, I know you've played The Witcher 3.
I have,
not
but
all
I
the way
do
through.
not recall this creature.
I believe the neckers are pretty early on.
Fuck, really?
Yeah, like they're pretty common. 23 seconds left. Steph, you've played a lot.
Yeah, but I may be confusing it with another creature.
I'm certain you're not drawing a necker right now.
Then we're all in the same
Not
boat,
even close.
which is kind of fantastic.
That is not even close. I don't know any of them.
I think I've drawn a drowner.
Yeah, it's a drowner.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I thought the neckers were the same as drowners, but they were just like swampy.
Doesn't seem like it. 0 seconds. Pens down, please.
Wait, you distracted me
Put
with
your signature-
conversation.
No, that's the point. That's why I'm here, to interrupt you. Stephanie. Not a necker anyway. We know that. Stephanie, let's start with you. Oh, put your pen down.
No.
Angus.
No.
He's acting out, sir.
Angus. And now you're drawing again. Start the clock again. No, don't start the clock again. They don't need another 2 minutes.
Wait, I think it's only fair if I get to do a little bit more if everybody else is doing a little bit more.
No, stop. Please.
Fuck you in your game.
I've lost control. I've lost all control. Gus, sign it and put the pen down.
I can sign it. All right.
I'm trying to think about what a
Beautiful.
necker was.
Okay.
I remember it being a common ingredient in a lot of potions I made. Like there was like necker oil
Yeah.
and necker stuff. I remember them being groups and there were little things that attacked you.
But what you've drawn is not one. Can we see that, please?
I've drawn a drowner, I think.
Oh my god.
So that's what a drowner looks
Oh.
like. And can we see what a necker looks like, please?
I mean,
pretty
that's pretty
close.
good.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
Fuck off, Peter.
You're somewhere between
This is
The pose is the
fucking
same.
perfect.
So that's spot on.
Pose is spot
That's
on.
crazy.
There's not enough neck.
Oh, fuck you.
But
She's
that's
gotten
that's
the,
a
like,
necker. You were drawing,
angle
when you
and
drew the
everything.
fins, you were drawing a drowner.
Yeah.
But the rest is a necker. For sure.
I might have gotten close by...
That's not bad.
amazing.
That's not bad at all.
very good.
And you've got like some serious like wetness going on
Yeah.
with the
From every limb.
with the
Also,
dripping.
I've
Wet
also
guy.
drawn the Gur Arg thing from the Joss Whedon show.
Yeah.
Totally have.
Yeah. That's lovely.
good. I can't
That's
believe,
actually
like-
way closer than I thought it was because I've.
The fluked, like, body pose exact matching as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definite
Yeah.
bonus bonus.
I'll
Thank-
admit,
thank you, thank
when
you.
I looked up a weird little creature from The Witcher 3 and saw neckers, I only saw the many necks. Which yours doesn't have a lot of necks, but everything else is right.
No. But I never really looked at them that close because they're always kind of small and in groups, and you're not really like looking at the detail like
You're
you
more,
do the larger
you're more
monsters.
slashing them. Why are you drawing still? The other couch. Just because we're conversing.
She's
Chaos
adding.
couch
She's
over
adding
here.
more neck. She's adding more.
All
neck.
right,
Nick.
Gus.
Oh, fuck, I lost my pen. Yeah, so I didn't know what this was. So I started drawing something that was just like, I would expect to be in the bestiary of The Witcher.
Yeah.
Because they all kind of look a bit the same. They're just like 2 legs, 2 arms. Yeah, creepy. But I tried to make it sexy, like a Ruby drawing, and then I gave up halfway through as well. So, Necker, I barely knew her.
Okay, well that's definitely Squidward.
Yeah, I was going for the Squidward head.
I like the eyes. They're so big and beautiful.
It's such a
It's also Mr. Mime somehow.
an uncomfortable spread of the legs.
Yeah, I know.
What
it's
is
so
what is
confronting.
What is the
fleshy nub between his.
I panicked. I didn't know what was happening down there, and so I just did a nub.
That's the neck.
Yeah. So there's Necker, and it
Why?
hangs
What happened to its poor right arm?
Well, it was meant to be. I was going to give it like arms that are left hunched under it, like this, like yeah, and walked around. But then the second one gave it a little ooh, and it all fell apart.
All right.
To be honest, had a breakdown.
That's super uncomfortable. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
I don't like it.
Oh, nightmares.
Ruby.
Okay, so I've not played. Well, I've played a little bit of The Witcher 3, but I haven't come across a Necker
Really,
yet.
they're right at the start, apparently.
I don't remember hearing that.
Early in the game.
And so when you said like Necker and then really pushed on the fact of like
Emphasized neck.
I thought you were doing a bit, so I was like, oh, then what I'm doing is perfect because there's no damn neck. So I decided to improvise.
It's got a penis.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't it?
What? No, it does.
I thought, oh, it's chin hairs. Sorry.
I have no neck.
And you know what?
Wow.
Now that I look at them side by side, there's actually a lot more similarities.
There
It's
is,
actually
yeah.
like the skull shape. If I found that skull without any flesh on it and a Necker skull, I'd be like, that's the same thing.
Also, can you
It
imagine?
looks like a Necker baby. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that's
they
the
come out as
offspring.
an egg.
That's the spawn of it that
Yeah.
you find in the swamp, getting around,
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
wean out
Yeah.
and everything.
As far
like
as weird
something
little
you'd
guys
see in
go,
Sons of the
that's a
Forest.
successful weird little guy.
This is to scale as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All of it's to scale.
These are
Look how small the
Josh,
peak.
when Josh
when
leaves
Josh
it,
gets tickled,
it's
it's
called
like it's the funniest.
a neckling. Well done, Mac and Dagda. We've got 3 solid drawings going on here.
Oh, thank you. I wouldn't have got mine.
We do.
Teach me to draw eyes like that.
I think I'm
beautiful,
going to
right?
give this round to Steph.
I would too.
For actually being so close,
it's like-
despite none of us really knowing what a Necker looked like.
And then up, and then a bit
You got to be
down,
proud of that.
and then you can
I
do
feel like
some
I
eyelashes.
mostly knew. I mostly knew. It was
Yeah.
the Neckers and the Drowners were very similar.
They
I
are
think it
similar.
was the same character animation put on it with a different skin on it.
but
Now we're doing a little bit of a spin this time, and because I typically make sure points are distributed evenly, I've not done that tonight. But I was gonna have. I've got a tiebreaker in here,
oh, okay.
figuring that you'd each have a point at this point. Gus, you've got no chance.
I'm okay with that.
But to mix things up a
If
little,
it's a really good drawing.
Steph, can I have your pad? No, no one else is drawing. I'm drawing.
Oh, yeah. I actually remember this. So you said,
Yeah.
go on.
I said, just to change things up a little bit, I'll draw the last one. Now, Will has sent me a prompt for a Pictionary style game, right?
Yep.
I'm going to start to draw the picture. You guys are going to see it happening, and you can kind of buzz in when you think you know what it is. Can I grab your pen as well, please?
Can we come with up to some structure around the buzzing in? Like,
Yeah, I think you
do we
can
get
say your name.
a couple of guesses,
Or me.
Me.
You can say
always
me.
works.
You can say me.
What about the Peter rule, which is after you have a guess, someone else has to guess before you can guess again?
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lock you out of buzzing in.
Yeah, but then Peter never abides by that rule. So
Of course, I abide by the rule. I still win anyway. This is how it's gonna work. You're gonna say me if you're all comfortable saying me to buzz in. And
Me.
Peter.
Pete.
You all say Peter, and that way you'll get my attention, and I'll say yes, Ruby.
Yeah.
So if you all say Peter, we're all agreed.
You'll stop drawing and say,
That's
"What
how you
is
buzz in. I'll stop drawing, and you can have a guess. You get one guess if you buzz in. If you're wrong, you can't guess again until the other two have had a crack, or until I've drawn enough that I say buzzers are open.
This is where you add chaos to your fucking rule.
I'm going to
It's
say
like we had a
buzzers
rule.
are open. No, because otherwise,
are
because
open.
someone might be able to have a guess again.
Okay, fair
so
enough.
I'm going to open up buzzers again if I feel like I've drawn enough that people should be able to get it. Will has given me a thing,
Is
and
this is there an LT for this as well?
there is, but I wouldn't put it on screen until the end.
yeah,
We'll let the
okay.
audience play along as well.
Yeah, good idea.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what the audience drew for Neckers.
Okay.
It's going to be fun.
Okay, I'm just reading the thing from Will.
Okay, so this is the first you're
Just
reading
to
of?
me. This is fucking brutal. Okay.
How are your
Okay.
drawing
And
skills?
you get 2 minutes as well.
No, I get as much time as I like, but give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
So wait, has Will given you?
Give me 2 minutes.
Has Will given you a description or something? Or
Yeah,
you,
he's
you
given
have
me. You know how the classic end one was always like X with X?
I think
Bowser in a hot tub.
Oh,
It
gotcha.
was Sam
okay.
Fisher.
So it's not just a picture or something.
Fishing.
It's like
Fishing.
It's a concept.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. You can cue the timer when you're ready, mate.
And we can watch on that.
Yeah.
And
You
because
can
the
watch it on your
camera-
monitors.
This
Yeah.
one?
We'll
Yeah,
watch
we got a
that.
special.
Either or.
We got a special little thing for this.
There it is.
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, you're blind. Of course.
So we need to have both, like the full picture before we start.
This is
guessing.
some serious art attack. And it's probably a character doing something. It's not just a character. Would be my guess. Oh, fuck. Stick figures. That's what we're going to do here. Good stuff. Oh Jesus.
Suspiciously dildo-y.
Jackal. It's a jackal. It's respect, Luann. He's using words?
Lord Phoenix, kiosk man.
Penis buying a ticket. So he's just gonna draw. He's just gonna write it all. Okay. It's buying a ticket to Die Hard 2. Move your hand.
Oh
God.
my god.
You need it's, sorry, dignity,
Is that
dignity, guys, not respect.
Is this an
Fucking
intentional?
Slender Man? Oh, wait. Oh! Is it? It is!
No,
But-
come on. How do you know what that is?
It's...
Is it? No.
Is that a game?
Is that a pot of chili?
What do you look at? What do you look at? It's... Peter. You still keep drawing. Is it two gremlins in a trench coat buying tickets to Die Hard 2?
It's close. You're very close with that. Someone else can have a stab along
Quick!
the same veins.
Oh, we can keep guessing at the end.
Is this video game still?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh! Peter!
I'm opening up. Yeah.
Peter, it's Grogu's?
No.
Oh,
That's what I thought it was as well. But I was like, that's not a
It's
video.
not
That's not a
Grogu's,
video.
that's
That's
the
not a.
time.
That's not a video game.
okay, everyone gets a guess.
Okay. Everyone gets a guess.
What a mess.
It is a mess.
What a hot mess.
I didn't know where to start or where to go from.
Okay. Ruby's really struggling.
I'll give you a clue.
Clearly you've tried.
That's Mr. Mime.
Oh my god.
Speak up, people.
Peter.
That's Mr. Mime in the middle.
Peter.
Don't pull the mic in there.
Peter.
Yes.
It's Mr. Mime and Ash's mum getting tickets to see Die Hard 2.
It's not.
Fuck.
We've been so close with trench coat is important.
Is it a gaming thing?
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Trench coat.
That's Mr. Mime.
Can you show me?
Mr. Mime.
Well, what is this weird like dinosaur man?
Back to the. We can't
Is
see
it
it.
3 Mr. Mimes in a trench coat?
Close.
3 Pikachus.
No.
It's a bunch of Pokemon.
Wait, is it 2 Mr. Mimes?
That's
in
Mr. Mime.
Is it 2 Mr. Mimes in a
So this
minicap?
has to be.
That's Skull Kid.
Oh, it's 3 weird little guys in a trench coat going to see Die Hard 2.
I'm assuming Die Hard 2 was MA15 plus because the prompt is
Get rid of the phone.
the 3 weird little guys from the previous rounds stacked in a trench coat trying to get into an MA15 plus film.
I mean, we got there in the end.
Yeah.
You guys were
I
getting
think
there.
we all worked
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
Do we
yeah.
have a? Do we have a
That was a
version
teamwork.
of it?
Who's the dinosaur
I believe
man?
we have a version of it.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we have a side by side.
The dinosaur man
Let's
was
do
the
the
necker
reveal.
at the top.
The
It was just
necker.
there was just all neck, but
That was
Yeah,
all neck.
okay.
Okay, that's what we got, and here's what it was meant to look like. Jesus Christ!
oh, I should have done Mr. Mime on the bottom.
Yeah.
They're off to see Cocaine
They're
Bear.
seeing Cocaine Bear.
I think I got
Yeah.
confused by the fact that it looks like it's a pouch with a little baby in a pouch, and I was like, is it a kangaroo?
Mr. Mime kind of looks like Cynthia from Rugrats, like Angelica's little
I
doll.
was totally with you on
Yeah.
the Grogu thing, but then I was
Yeah.
like, that's
You guys
not
had
a
2
video game.
minutes to draw each of these characters,
Yeah,
and I had
that's a
2
good
minutes to draw
point.
all three, and I was like, I've got no fucking shot
I
at
think
this.
you
Can we
did
see it again,
great.
Josh, just briefly? And can I give props to the fact that Mr. Mime is not only decided to be the legs of... No, not yours. The one that Will did. The one, he's
good
not only
one.
the legs, he's managed to get his hands into it as well.
Oh yeah,
my
well,
God.
That,
Which is fucked.
essential to
impressive.
the miming.
That's impressive.
And he's pretty reachy with his hands, by all accounts, from what we've
Sure,
heard recently.
yeah.
So
Well, I think ultimately Ruby gave the answer, even though it was a team effort. So maybe I'll give you a third of a point each.
Yeah.
Steph, you ended up with 1 1/3 points. Gus got a third of a point. Ruby, 2 1/3 points.
Well done.
Is the winner. You win some compliments.
Okay.
You win some compliments.
Go on.
And I've got to start by saying you draw a mighty fine cheekbone.
Thank you. I've learned from having them on my face.
Very nice. Very nice. Stephanie?
I'm gonna say, Ruby, you are effervescent, and you light up a room with your
Look her in the damn eyes when you're saying
unpredictable.
that.
No, I'm a visual person. I need to find the words. With your unpredictable energy.
Gus.
Ruby, of all the people who have ordered a Porto off the phones in the office, you made it the most enjoyable out of anyone. So we've done that with in this space. Because it took 20 minutes to order dinner tonight.
That's
Because
true.
Ruby could not stay focused, and it was a joy the whole time.
Mac and Dagda also pointed out that her hair is also brown.
That's true.
Your hair is brown.
Is the compliment
Which is
that
the compliment
he
I give
gave
to
to
her.
Steph Panicasio when she came.
Oh, I feel special.
Yeah. He gets that compliment all the time.
I tell it to everyone, you're all brilliant.
Josh, would you like to play the compliment game?
I can. Yeah. I mean, we talked about it briefly before the show, but I really like the Ruby outfit, like the Kim Possible thing that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool.
Kim Possible. Boots, the green, and the black top.
Oh my God, you said boots. That is so wig.
You're wearing... They look like
You're
they're boots.
slaying.
Stop this. You know, this breaks me.
Did you say wig?
Oh, did you say wig?
Did you say wig?
I said wig.
Sorry, I'm just.
What was that?
That's the Kim Possible.
Is wig like? Is wig
Does the
like?
young people in the studio know
wig-
that?
I don't know what wig is.
I don't think it's an acronym.
No, wig came around. I think what made it kind of like pop off is
Chat gets it.
Chat gets it. Chat gets it.
Chat gets it.
No, chat was
Kim
the
Possible.
Kim Possible theme that was just playing in the background.
Anyway.
But chat also gets wig.
I appreciate it.
No one gets wig.
No, because wig. I think it was an American Idol clip, and the person auditioning was gay, and and Katy Perry was one of the judges, and
Right.
Katy Perry, bless her heart, I think she was just like trying to find something to relate to this gay kid. So so he said something, and then she said, "Oh, wig," and then he said, "Did you just say wig?" And she's like, "I did." Like wig, and then ever since then, people have just been like, "That is so wig."
So it was a complete blunder.
That's
Like, she
amazing.
stumbled
It
across
doesn't
a
mean
word.
anything.
Because it's like,
But now-
stop trying to make fetch happen, but like it happened.
Fetch happened.
It's like
Wig
swag.
happened.
That's from Mean Girls.
Ah.
We'll be back after this ad break.
So it's a new week, which means a new game plan, so you can decide what you'll be playing. You should know how this works by now. First up, a game that defies the traditional wariness of water levels, the underwater Metroidvania adventure Pronti. And if you were a fan of Peaky Blinders and think you got a bit of broomy accent than this one, then Peaky Blinders King's Ransom's in VR. That should tickle your fancy, alright? Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is a 2008 Wii game that was previously just released in Japan, and now it's on PC and console. What do you get when you put surreal landscapes, musical boss fights, and a cast of whimsical characters together? Why, Figment 2 Creed Valley, of course. Oni, Road to be the mightiest Oni, sees you on a paradise island infested with ancient demons, where you play a demon warrior with a serious underbite. Right then, that's all the game plan. See us, Texture Wagon. Put the comments down below. Tell us what's your serious gameplay this week.
Australia, we've got something to tell you. We've got news for you. Gonna put some wheels in motion. Get ready, because we're coming through. The VegaBus is coming. And everybody's jumping. Tullamarine to Bendigo. An interstate free disco. The wheels of steel are turning, and the traffic lights are burning. So if you like to party, get on and move your body. We like to party. We like to party. The VegaBus is coming. Paid for and sponsored by the We Like to Party Party.
Apparently.
Welcome back, everyone, to Back Pockets. And a big thank you to everyone who contributed to those ad breaks, he says, picking up the
DumpDaze and
which was
RithMaster.
DumpDaze, with a lovely little caricatures of everyone there. A lot of the patrons as well. And to RithMaster as well. We saw an ad for VegaBus as well in there. One of my favorites. One of my favorite Steph VO jobs there.
Oh, thank you.
Just, you've really got that corporate, like, we're going to plan to build that and it'll happen in this year.
Yeah.
And it never does.
I tried to get a voice acting agent, and apparently my voice is too just that.
Oh, okay.
You can't do anything else.
I can't do enough variation. Yeah, which is weird because I like doing funny accents, but there's
They
not a lot
don't,
of there's not a lot of work
They don't
for,
do funny
for
accents.
funny accents. They want
What's your
like
funniest accent?
Well, we just saw the game plan, and I experimented with a couple of accents, including a Brummie accent.
Yeah,
which I had,
that was good.
Which was in the script from Steph. Do you know what a Brummie accent is?
I assume it's Brum, like the car. That's what.
Literally what
I
Josh
feel
said.
vindicated.
All right, give us a Brum accent.
Brum.
Oh man, I was just translating
If Cillian Murphy from Peaky Blinders came into every scene and went, brum, 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 brum.
It's a Peaky Blinders accent.
Yeah, I just assumed it was that. Oh, all right, mate, come on.
Yeah.
That's Brum.
Someone who worked at the fish yards.
Yeah. See, I like doing that. Oi, Mister, you me dad. That one.
My favorite is in the roll call Auntie Donna thing where he's like, "You lovely jubbly boys will be after you."
It's from a Dickens character. a Dickens villain.
Yeah, Dickens villain. Yeah.
But yes, and we saw the game plan in there as well. It's time to move on with another segment, which is a spin on a favorite segment that we had, which is often called Very Good Gameplay, but it's had a bit of a change of title. Roll the titles, Josh. That's right, it's very crappy gameplay. It's a lovely graphic that we're not seeing in the studio right now. But very crappy gameplay is brought to us by a not very crappy patron, one of our favorites. It is Nicrotex, who sponsors this segment. Thank you very much, Nicrotex. And as is tradition, because we like to have fun here at Back Pocket, we like to read out one.
Funny,
We do like to have fun. We have fun. And see, we like to read out a tweet from Nicrotex, and I don't know if this one's been read before, but it stuck out to me as I'm not going to describe it like last week.
Okay.
I'll just read it out of context. Nick Belling wrote on the 25th of the 10th, 2022, "You only notice the dried cum on your monitor if you're a filthy light mode user." Now, to that, I would say, wouldn't it be dark mode? Or have I overthought it?
Or have you got cum on your monitor?
Yeah, or is it
That I've never noticed until I switch. Also, it draws into question
No, because
trajectory.
if it's backlit,
Yeah. then shouldn't it be?
Can you say it again?
Yeah, no, I only see when the I only see like sneeze.
Well, yeah, it
Mucus
does.
on
It
the
does
screen
draw.
when I
It
sneeze
does
on
bring
them.
into
When
question
it's off.
trajectory. But you only notice the dried cum on your monitor if you're a filthy light mode user.
Yeah, see, I would only notice
we
it
go.
when in dark mode.
Maybe it's like maybe it's like need to see a doctor moment because it's
Like
like
he's got
it's
black.
not. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
black or red.
And that's that thing where it's like everyone's
Red.
got Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's to do with the fact that it's backlit. Let's zero in on the sort of scientific.
Okay.
Good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
I
that.
feel like if it's on dark mode, any sort of remotely clear substance is like not going to be visible because there isn't enough light to draw attention to it. It just looks like a kind of a smudge.
But a
a
white lit
white
screen.
blacklit thing with an obstruction,
Backlit? Now that'll show up.
yeah, with an obstruction in front of it is immediately visible. I think that's why.
There it is. Nicrotex, if you're in the chat, let us know what you meant by that.
Yep.
And we're sorry we read that out on the internet. But thank you for sponsoring.
He knows
He
every
put
time
it
he
on
tweets.
the
He put it on Twitter.
Put it on the
That was
tweeted
that was
it.
bait. That was bait.
That was bait. That's bait. Very crappy gameplay is where we're going to check out a new game that I saw this week. And I thought I was like the first to see this. But apparently Dolphin Pants called this out.
Dolphin Pants shouted this out earlier in the week to me
Yeah.
as well. I was like gonna play it for the show.
I was so excited. The game
cool.
we are playing is called Give Me Toilet Paper. Give Me Toilet Paper. This is an action game in which you prepare toilet paper with a Joy-Con in it and roll it around on a board. There is a toilet paper in the game that is linked to your toilet paper. If you roll the toilet paper left and right, the toilet paper in the game will also roll left and right. That is the description on the store of this game.
Perfect.
And from what I saw of it, it looked hilarious. Now, it's going to teach us how to play the game when we launch into it. So I thought, Ruby, as I guessed, maybe you could do that while you see the instructions up on the screen.
Yeah.
There is your toilet paper.
Thank you.
We need a board. We thought this might be appropriate. So there is a board.
Yep.
And you will also need, as does Nicrotex, some tissues. So there is a couple of those as well.
Thank
You'll see
you.
why. Now, Josh, I'm assuming we have the game up on screen. Because I'm going to switch over to it. And it's going to boot in straight away. But we're all going to have a go at this.
Straight away.
Holy shit.
And see how this works. Well, I think it just loads into the tutorial of how to play the game.
experience.
Okay.
But here it is.
Oh, he's so cute.
Give me toilet
He
paper.
looks like he's in distress though. Oh, but
Yeah,
he
he
doesn't
needs
have
toilet
toilet
paper.
paper.
We're gonna learn
cool.
why.
Not because.
He hasn't received it
What's
yet.
going on with his other hand?
Let's find out. Okay, we're going to press start, and I think I'm going to give you...
Just a little
He's
modest.
just pushing it down.
I'm going to give you that, Joy.
Just a little modest, yeah.
Do you want to read the
Modesty
instructions? You can't
hands.
read that, can you?
This game is played with toilet paper in your house. Next. To play the game, please
To play. Okay.
prepare the following 3 items. Next. New toilet paper.
Not old.
Not
Not
old,
used.
Not used. Flat board. And 2 sheets of tissue paper. That's more than 2 sheets.
That's
Okay,
too many
I'm sorry.
sheets.
You might need more.
So what's the tissue paper for?
too many! Too many sheets. I'm ready.
Okay. Now, we need to put in that... You've got the Joy-Con. Just check.
Oh.
Sorry.
Is that
I'm
L?
sorry.
Is that L? Yeah, that's
Yes.
L.
So
L
L
is
goes
going
the
in.
toilet
This
paper.
sounds like someone was drunk at a party and
Yep.
came up with this and was like, let's put this on the store and see what
Aussie
happens.
Manny. Oh, what fresh hell is this? Here we go.
Raw.
Roll tissue paper lightly.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna plug it in.
Oh, to stop it from falling out.
Oh, and you don't want it rolling
Which clearly
around.
was like, this was the perfect idea until it fell out. And they're like, we need a solution
This
to
is
this.
such an ingenious solution. I love they've done like
And
a
so I'm
graphic,
gonna-
like a 3D graphic
Wait,
for
go
it.
next.
As well
Am I
for
doing-
such a budget?
Into the bottom bottom
top.
side.
Can we get a close up?
Yeah, so
hang on, I'll
I'm,
go.
I'm trying to hold it. I'm just
Really stuff it in there.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably tear those in half, to be honest, or we could make a monstrosity
Okay,
of it. That's
yesterday,
working, that's
yesterday
working.
was International Women's Day. You are not supposed to be telling me what to do.
That was yesterday. So
Yeah, it's like the whole week for me. All right. I think I did it.
we're good with
Insert
one.
into the bot. Yeah,
Yeah, just
maybe another one.
go for it. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you. All right.
Oh my god.
I think I. What if I just? What if I? Next.
Oh, hang on. Don't freeze. Don't freeze, game. I said next. Switch.
Oh, is it?
Is it because
the controller's in there?
I hope not. Are you pressing a button? Is that pressing a button, perhaps?
I don't think so.
Did we?
I think I need the
Is there a
Joy-Con
chance?
back
Is there a
out.
chance that there is too much stuffed in there?
Hang on, I'm gonna borrow that for a sec.
Okay.
Have we killed the Joy-Cons? Oh, this is depressing.
Maybe.
Is it out of battery?
Couldn't be. It's been sitting on the thing.
Yeah.
Restart.
Maybe.
Perhaps press the button before loading the toilet roll.
We're back. Quick, reshove.
All right, reshove.
If the Joy-Con is not wobbly
the
when
font
you
is
shake
so,
it, it's okay.
It's so
love the
funny. The
font.
giant
I love
Y's
the
make
font.
this like chaotically exciting, and the O for the okay.
Okay is fine.
It's okay.
Okay.
Bring it in.
Good. I'm gonna go next, just to get ahead of things. Peter.
Put the toilet paper into the middle of the board.
That's good. Are you a large, terrifying blue man?
I don't know. Do I
It's
look like a
Mr.
large,
Universe?
terrifying blue man?
Mr. Universe.
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr.
There it
Manhattan.
is.
Mr. Universe.
Yeah. Who's Steve Jobs? Ligma balls. That is like the first thing I think of when I think of Dr. Manhattan.
All right. Just clump it. Here we go. There you go.
Am I getting it?
It says just clump it, and if it rolls, okay.
Okay.
The menu is
operator using the... Okay.
All right, so I've got that. Keep an easy reach. Finally, adjust the ease of rolling and play,
the game.
Play the damn game.
So you should have a little way to calibrate
Okay,
here.
adjust the ease. If it...
If it
You
rolls
may
the
have
flag,
to do.
it's
I
okay.
worked out a
Okay,
trick.
do
You
I
may
start
have to
here?
flip it this way.
Okay.
It doesn't tell you which wait, go. Hang on.
Okay.
No. Hard to move. Easy to. It's not moving at all.
Wait, let me try the other way around just in case.
This worked in.
We did set it up, yeah.
What are you doing wrong?
Oh, and so it's her fault?
Yeah. Oh.
Is it the?
I'm
Hang on.
doing it.
Hard
Oh, it's
to
working
move.
now.
Easy to move. No, that's me
Alright.
doing that. It should be rolling.
What is it?
This should.
Do you want to try?
This game's a bit broken. We should have mentioned that too. This should have. What the fuck?
I'm
Come
here
on.
for the journey. I'm here for the journey.
See, it's that red
Center.
box, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
okay.
there we go.
I'm
Wrong
gonna shove
Joy-Con?
again. If
Oh,
that's
maybe
alright.
we just needed to center it.
Potentially.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So you put it in the center. Yep. And then I'm gonna
you
center it.
Center it.
Roll. Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay.
If it rolls the flag, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
There we go. Is this okay?
I think this is okay.
Yes.
Fixed. I'm toilet paper. Stage 1.
Okay.
Be aware of your surroundings. Allow adequate room around during gameplay.
You want to bounce it off the thing?
No, I
I'm
think it was-
sorry if you become a casualty in this game.
Oh, that was just a demonstration of what
Yeah.
could go wrong.
This is $6 on the Nintendo eStore right now.
$6
a
well spent already, I
steal.
think.
Yep.
Oh, he's so me when I.
What does that mean?
Josh knows.
$6.
I'm toilet paper.
I'm toilet paper.
There you go.
This is like egg.
This is like the egg game for sure.
There you go.
Except you use a toilet paper to play it.
Look at this.
No!
Yes! Get you! Yes! He's crying. Get you.
Get you.
Get you!
He's just like, I can't believe
you!
What the
Get
fuck?
you!
There's buzzsaws.
Oh my god.
Shit.
This
Okay.
ratcheted
This
up.
escalated so quickly. Oh, man.
Nah,
Ouch.
nah.
Okay. Hold on.
Have you got this
You were
other
going to
cat?
touch-
Can you
Have you got
unlock
this other
like
camera,
different
Josh?
trails for it? See, there's that blue
Yeah,
trail
nice.
on it. That'd be sick if you
I'm
could unlock like
alternating
rainbow
between them.
glitter
Yeah,
trails
nice.
for the toilet paper.
Oh, hide.
That's
When do you want to go?
the
Now?
stake. The
Oh,
stakes
yeah.
are very high.
Ah! Go now. Go. Oh, God.
Oh,
It's off.
Wait,
It's
wait,
off.
shit. Stop. Okay.
If
okay.
it rolls off, it is okay still.
It is okay still.
It will be fixed soon.
no. Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh. Got it. You good?
Wow.
breathe.
You're so patient. I would have panicked. I would have panicked.
The skateboard's a good board. How much longer? Remember, he's got to catch it as well.
Oh, you made such a great last minute adjustment there.
Two now. Wait, two now. He's always sitting on the left.
Get you! Get you! Get you! The relief every time.
He's dangerous.
Does he just live there?
I think so. Chat. Get you. Wait. Spiky toilet paper?
Yeah, those are the evil toilet papers. We
Fair
don't
enough.
fuck with them.
This is the lore in the game that we...
Yeah.
I think this game could be won in two ways. One is the way Ruby's doing it, which is playing methodically, slowly, and brilliantly. The other way could just be going, ah, and just like fang it down to the bottom.
That's how I play it.
Go,
oh, man.
go,
Also,
get
when
you,
when they're flashing, you can pass through them.
Get you.
Yeah. All right. Do we have enough levels to get through?
I hate spikes!
All right. Good luck.
Oh, I see.
Can we crank the tunes, Josh, as well? You'll all notice there's a wonderful track that you'll hear in this game. Has lyrics.
Ouch.
I'm so
Bad.
sorry.
No, no.
Oh, look at the disappointment on his face.
Is he doing a number 2? Is that why he needs it?
I assume
I
so.
imagine so.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's wiping his pain. That's fine. Not one to judge. Is this on me? If you want to wipe your pain, wipe your pain.
Okay.
Over there.
It's legal.
I reckon you can jump that. Yeah.
That was a good
Oh, you're
jump.
almost at the bottom.
3,
It's a slow one.
4. 1, 2,
Slow crawl.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
That was so good, though.
Get
You
me!
I
so
like
had
that I just realized that the prompts I have is to pause and to take a picture.
Oh, you can take a picture.
Why?
Yeah.
This is my switch too,
You
so
need
I'm
to
just
take
gonna
a,
be.
you need to take a picture though when
When he gets you?
when she's like
What are you doing? The stall and the spikes. You've got this one.
yeah, definitely get you. Yeah,
Yeah, get
definitely
you.
get you a picture.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh! Hey, if it falls off,
Everything
It's
okay,
okay.
will
it
be
is
fixed.
okay.
You can gun this. Go. Go.
Don't listen to him.
Oh, I wouldn't listen to me either. I panicked and squeezed. You can jump this.
I can. I did it before.
Do it again.
And she'll do it again.
Oh! It is okay. It is okay. It is okay.
Is that the right way around?
I think so, yeah. Okay.
Slow creep. What's the red bar on the side mean?
That's like
can you center? Is that something that you can
Let
do?
me try. No, but I can turn it.
Wait. Because it's supposed to be at the end here. That makes sense?
Let's find out.
Oh, I was so close! It's alright.
Get
It's
you.
alright.
Get you.
Get you.
Get you could become like the new Katy Perry wig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that for you, honestly.
He's like, that's one that I understand.
Because I made it. Hey.
I'm fixing it! If it falls off, everything will be fixed okay. Shit. Oh.
The timing on that.
Alright.
Okay.
Speed run.
Yes. Yes.
1.
Bold toilet paper
2,
run.
Go. Oh my god.
Jump it.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a hero.
It looks like it gets backspin on it.
We're so close. So close.
Oh my gosh, but
Oh!
You gotta catch it.
Okay.
You gotta catch it.
all right, if she goes off to the right,
Yeah.
then it's like, yep, okay.
Then no get you.
Slow and steady.
Get you!
Nice! Well done! That was like a battle cry. Amazing. Amazing.
All right. Are
Okay.
we taking
Nice.
turns?
Yeah. I think,
I'll have a quick go.
have a-
Yeah,
have a
sure.
crack, guys.
I think that
Thank
was
you.
my great finish.
Yeah, you were keen for it.
Do you want to hold that and just next stage it up?
Yeah.
I gotta get me. Okay.
Get you. And if it falls off,
Everything will be okay. Thorny Road. Well, not like that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, can I? Yeah, okay. Oh, this song
so
is
much going on.
That's impossible.
Ouch.
That's impossible.
No, I think we've reached peak toilet paper. Come on.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not rolling, it's sliding.
Oh, yeah.
Get a little momentum.
You need a fresh
It's okay.
roll.
It will be fixed.
This is why you need a new roll.
Oh, that's
It will be
sliced
fixed.
right in half.
I'm gonna go speed runs down. Nope.
This one's
I
hard.
think Ruby's gotten up to this shit. What is this song?
I don't know.
I love it.
Songs to shit
Down,
to on Spotify.
Oh, nice one. Okay.
Fuck! Sorry, I got angry at it.
It's okay. It will be okay.
Stop it. Large blue
If
man.
it falls off.
That would be cool if it went off.
Flip tricks.
Flip it like a pancake.
Oh, you cheating?
Oh. Hey!
Fuck!
Still fucked it. Still fucked it.
You fucked it. Thanks, Steph.
I like that he's so disappointed every time, but then he like for a second flicks back to like just being happy again. Like it feels performative.
Yeah.
You know? It's not genuine.
It's not real.
I'm sus on it. Oh!
Oh, no.
It just slipped between his fingers.
What the hell, man? What the hell? Oh, I think I'm done.
So funny.
All right, I gotta have a crack.
Give
I
it
gotta
one
have a
crack.
Hey, get you.
Oh, get you. I didn't get me.
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
It's okay. You'll get you one day.
That's not gonna make
Hang
it.
on.
Hold for a sec.
Do you want me to film with your camera?
Do you want to go on
Such a
pop up?
great job.
Thanks, dude. All right. Is she spinning? Whoa, that was fast. This feels like the opposite. Why does it do the opposite of what I want?
Turn it around.
That is such a good
Stephanie, you're a
idea. This would
genius.
be a fantastic Yakuza minigame.
Yeah, totally. It's got the same
Lucifer,
energy.
You are so right for that.
Oh, the speed with which it accelerates. We got this. We got this. I'm a poo master.
We got you.
Yeah, get you.
I am a poo master.
Maybe we need something with less gloss.
I'm gonna get your ass so wiped.
Oh, okay. But wouldn't I would assume a gloss would be slidier, and isn't that what we want?
Oh,
we're
those
just
cheekies.
playing on hard mode.
I think
this whole game is hard mode.
I want to win.
Okay.
And I'm like notably bad at video games.
Oh, goddamn.
See where you're going with that, though.
Yeah.
Does it listen
get there.
closely when
I can
you
get there.
get hit, does it make a little like
Ooh.
Yeah, I think he shits himself.
I heard some stuff in the menu that was to that effect. So I think that the implication is that like
Am I?
he didn't get the toilet paper
Oh.
It's alright.
Careful.
and bad things are happening.
You're in the corner of the board, Pete. Reset. The reset. Good.
Cheeky reset.
Don't go yet. Don't go yet. Come back.
Oh, I could have made that.
Okay. Are you going to go for the drop through?
Yeah.
So you don't come back.
Oh, but
Yeah.
be careful because
smart.
otherwise if it
ooh
Too much? Much too much.
if it goes straight to the ground,
Alright,
then he
fuck
won't
this.
catch it and it'll be out.
No, don't go fast.
I got
learnt
this.
that. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it will.
Do you think this is one of those songs that you never get tired of? Chat?
I think it's good.
You can do a little cheat
Kind of
roll.
reminds me of like the music you'd hear in Sims.
DJ it.
I tried that, Pete. I still fucked it up. So
Really?
just so you know.
I mean, it's pretty fine control.
Get you.
Get you.
Oh,
Get you.
It's easy when you cheat.
I would have thought that the difficulty
next
would
stage.
have increased a little slower with like the amount of stuff that
Totally.
they added into it. Because it seems to go
That's
from
wigged
like
out.
nothing to
It's wigging out.
buzzsaws
It's wigging
to
out.
fucking everything
Oh, no,
really
man.
fast.
I think we...
Room 6.
He's on the other side.
I'm good at the jump box.
Steph, go Steph. Come on.
Go, Steph. Come on.
I'm
that jump
gonna
box.
be I'm the least coordinated out of all of us.
Yeah, but I
and
get you.
Get
and
that
I
jump
have
box.
and I have to deal with
Get
the
you, Steph.
hardest stuff.
Get you.
And I have to deal.
With the hardest stuff.
I'm just having
This
the
is the
worst
tutorial
day
to
of
teach you
my
how to
whole
use jump
life.
box, so maybe it'll work well. Is it flip the
Reset. reset?
You can flip it around too if it's going the wrong way when you.
No.
Yeah.
That's working?
See the little line at the top of the screen as well?
It's fine.
That's like where you are.
Yeah,
on the
where you're
board.
I reckon
aligned
you could
with
hit
it.
that jump plate and jump both if you just went hard to one side.
Oh, I do one at a time.
She came back. She went
That was
back.
good, though.
I lacked confidence.
It was-
I lacked confidence.
Yeah.
Just gonna stay here forever.
You're doing it.
Go for the big jump.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, yeah, you need to reset, I think, because see how that goes red box over there?
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to register until you're back in the white.
You got my back. You got
Yeah.
my back.
You
Big
good?
jump. Big jump.
No, I panicked. Okay.
Take a picture.
You
Take
clear? I'll catch it if you go too hard. You can go all the
Stay
way.
there.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
and
Now,
stay.
in
Don't-
theory,
oh,
what did
you need to reset. You need to reset it.
In theory,
it's
you
out
could
of
do the
sync.
same thing. When the blade's all the way over there, if you jump, you can get into the top.
When it's
left
coming
corner.
back, though, you got to go
Go now,
hard.
go now,
No,
go
no,
the
no,
whole
no.
way,
When it's
whole
coming
way,
back. When it's coming
whole
back.
way,
Now.
Steph.
Feel
What
like,
are you doing?
oh.
Peter burns.
No, you have to do it when it starts to come back.
No, you have to do it when it's all the
Bad
way
advice.
over
No,
there.
because you'll run into it.
No, because you'll jump into the top corner of the room and drop straight down the wall.
I think Gus is right.
I think it'll hit
Gus
it.
is
I
right.
think Gus is right.
Was there room for it to go down the side? I don't think there was.
Let's find out, shall we?
Oh, so you're saying jump over the...
The blade.
Yeah.
Blade?
And the
Yeah.
blade's on the farther side.
Yeah. It's like...
Oh, there might be room down the side.
Yeah.
I reckon
It's
it would.
more afraid
I
of
reckon
you
it'd
than
nick
you
you
are.
when
Yeah,
it's
except
on the
you
end of
jump over the ball.
Yeah.
it. You go, use your confidence.
Use your
I don't have confidence.
Wait. And confidence.
Nice!
Go full. Oh, wait, it's on an angle. Full tilt now. Full tilt now.
Let go.
Yeah.
Yes!
See, it has to be on
What's
your
a
way
red
back.
box?
What's
Oh, it
red box
goes
do
up.
though?
Red goes up.
The they all went up.
Yeah.
But-
It's double
It-
spring, so maybe it's twice as springy.
So you just want to roll on
You're
it
gonna bounce
gently?
it. Yeah.
Just gonna
It's
test-
gonna bounce you right into the
I'm gonna
roof.
test the waters.
So slowly. So slowly.
Oh!
What the fuck? Go across. You're fine. Go and drop.
How did that work? Oh, because
Oh, do it again. Go
Maybe-
hard one side.
maybe-
Yes, Steph, go hard. Go. Yes. Down.
Yes.
Get you.
Get,
Get you.
Get
the other
you.
side.
Get
Other
you.
side. Get you. Get
I don't know. That was the best. I can never top that. Amazing.
Oh, amazing.
get you.
Get you, baby.
That
He's
was.
so happy. He's so happy.
That was give me toilet paper.
Give me toilet paper.
That's a good question.
That was give me toilet paper.
I'll be honest, no idea.
That is beautiful.
Oh
What a
man,
noble
he's so
deed.
happy. So if you check out the Switch eStore, there's
Yeah.
a couple of videos or trailers for this which have been done with the crew that made the game clearly, and it's Japanese, badly translated into English, but they're so happy making the game.
Oh, that's
There's
so-
one woman following the tutorial as she does it. She
Yeah.
actually hangs the board around her neck as
Yeah.
she plays it, and then there's a live action trailer with a guy on a toilet. Like he's the actor that was based off. So I highly, if you're not going to play it, just go and find the trailers and watch them.
Is he
I
crying on the
remember
top?
when the Switch came out, there was a game. Switch. What was the Switch game that came out with it to demo the
It was
capabilities?
called 1-2 Switch.
1-2 Switch.
Oh, sorry.
And it
And
had
it
like Milk the Cow.
Yep.
and
There
it
was
had
there
Ice
was a
Cubes,
sus one that was like eat a hot
Eat
dog.
an apple
Yeah.
or eat a hot dog in front of someone. Yeah, at least
Yeah.
this one knows what it is.
But it demoed all. It's a bit like the PlayStation like DualSense controllers, where it was like they bring out these demos that show you the possibilities and the capabilities of the
Yeah.
technology,
Yeah.
and
No one
then
uses
developers are like,
The Joy-Cons had a thing that you could. How many ice blocks were in it? And it was
yeah.
cool, but only that game ever utilized that. No one else ever did. It
But
was like.
this. At least it's like somebody's like, let's like try and see interesting ways that we can use. This
I hope they tried to
function."
sell this to Labo, and they were like, "Nah, we're good." The cardboard
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
But that's a game called Get Me Toilet Paper in a segment that will only ever turn up once. And let's see the title card again. It's very crap gameplay, or crappy.
Perfect.
But pretty good gameplay at the same time.
Yeah,
I
it was
loved it.
great.
I loved it.
inventive.
That was
That's
really fun.
That's genuinely a party game. Like
Emma
it
Glitter
involves-
says the toilet paper is sentient according to the eShop description.
Really? I was
well,
reading
that's how it's
something different.
moving.
Yeah.
I
that makes
think
sense.
Yeah.
this would be like such a cool thing to like build your own like board with and like have like the stoppers. So then you could literally just go back and forth.
It's a
with
real
it.
conversation
If
starter.
the
Someone
toilet paper
comes
is
around
sentient, then that makes me really sad about like what happens to it then.
that it gets wiped on his ass.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it knows its purpose and is happy to serve it.
Essentially.
Sorry.
It's serving.
Is
It
this
is
why you
serving.
want to? Is
It's
this why you
serving.
want to bang a space robot because it knows its purpose?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I also appreciate that, like, your version of it was you should make your own version of it. So when people come around to your house, they're like, Ruby, what's that over there? You go, oh, that little thing? That's my custom Disney toilet paper with neck strap and buffers for...
I think you'll find with this tool, I'm actually helping a man shit cleanly. And it's a noble feat for me to do.
Yeah, the way out, the way you came in. Thanks,
I didn't want you here anyway.
but great segment. Thank you, Nicrotex, for sponsoring that one. But that brings us to the tail end of the show. Thank you very much for watching. And thank you, Ruby, for joining us because as we do here, we read the credits to say thanks to our patrons who support the show. And we thought, why not get someone with the worst vision here on the couch just tonight to read the credits? You up for it?
That's happened to me before, though, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well,
give it a shot.
Without any more stalling, let's roll the credits.
Back pocket. Special thanks to all our patrons. The mods. Bat.
First one.
Bad start.
Oh God.
They go quick.
Synaxanir.
Durongo strong.
Liz Dahlia.
Yep.
Scat.
Nailed it.
Phoenix Dylan. Disturbia. Jax. Dardos. What the Hawk. Snail. Lord Hammer. Gus Beard Wrangler. Wait, Aparis?
Just start at the bottom of the screen.
Okay.
Now.
Back pocket legal team. BuriBuri. Heat technician. Kane Labos. I think I got that one right. Why are you shaking your head?
You're great.
Scotty Groomer. Glowing Might. Naming department. Oh, fuck off. That's a long one. Sorry. Best boy. Everett. Worst boy. EvilSpyBoy. Box boy. Boxy. Scott. I don't know if these will help.
They won't.
It's worse. Pyros. Ooh, jeez. And his boy.
Oh, God.
Cecil? Raj. It's one of them Raj?
Yeah, Raj.
Yes! Loki Cat. Boar supervisor.
Boar. Yep.
And dinosaur supervisor. Paul?
I'm so sorry. Board supervisor.
Paul?
I want to say. Wow.
Did I get it right?
Yeah.
You got
did
some
so
of it
well.
right.
You did so
Definitely got some of them right.
Wig.
I don't know why I didn't just wear my glasses. Oh, man.
Good stuff.
10 out of 10 says Nanogenes. Coastal says slay.
Do it for Bat.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so we're going to say thank you to a few people because this show is made by us, but is not possible without all of you. Yeah, we're just grateful that you're here and that you're hanging out with us because we just love being here with you as well. A massive thank you to everyone who's supporting the show on Patreon, obviously. Back pocket, we have a lot of like ideas and plans for it, but you know, if that can happen with more patrons and like continued support, that would be amazing. We'll be back next Thursday. We've got the post show coming up as well. And that's sponsored by Loki Cat, so it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
We'll see you next week. Ruby, thank you so much for joining us. This has been amazing.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Do you want to read, because we should also say thank you to Loki Cat for sponsoring the post show, as we do every week, because we like to have fun here. We can give you this and zoom in on it for you, because what we do for
I thought
this...
this happened in the post show. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, that's all good. We like to read, you know what? Can you see that? Take it away.
Rude.
This from here?
Yeah.
Loki Cat is a lover of fine scotch and cockatiels, so each week we describe him, but in the style of some wanky tasting notes. And this week, to taste Loki Cat is orange sherbet, fruit and nut chocolate, and ginger snaps interwoven with shades of hot toddy, alongside rich sherried oak and walnut oil. His finish is slow and lingering.
Oh.
sticky butterscotch, honey glazed nuts, and a touch of old leather. List. No, sorry, I'm kidding.
Now that's some hot toddy.
I like that for a second the show was going to end on a really slow, quiet, like somber, like sultry tone, and then just fucking flip the camera. That'll bring us. Yeah, good stuff.
Actually, before we go, we should check in on our good friend who is still.
Happy for him.
Paper, buddy.
And get you some post-show as well by joining the Back Pocket patron at the post-show tier. I don't know what it's called.
It's just the pocket tier.
The pocket tier. That'll get you access to the post-show. That's a link we put in the Discord in a super private channel that you can then go and watch the post-show on YouTube.
What were we discussing in the post-show? Something came up during the show?
We had a few things even before this show started that we said, put that in the post-show basket.
Yeah.
We need to start writing that shit down because we're going to
start
get to a
writing
point.
But
where
we'll
we forget
definitely
that.
be jumping into creative to check out some of the drawings that people came up with in the Photal Recall segment.
You may even win yourself a compliment.
Ooh, that's nice to carry that over.
If you'd like a compliment, you need to enter a drawing, which means you need to be back part of the Patreon, which means head to backpocket.gg. You can find links to everything there as well, and get yourself a compliment and help us make this show as well. That'd be nice.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. And we'll see you in the post show.
Yeah.
See you later.
Back it out.
Bye.